go. Alright, everything should be good on the stream. So just gonna wait for people to pop in here. Perfect. Hey, Pop. What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, all my past streams, most of them anyway, have been on private. But yeah, I mean, if this one seems like a valuable one to like keep public, then I probably will keep it public. So yeah, let me edit the title of this really quick. It's gonna be 2 giveaways today. Okay, there we go. Put that in there. Oh, sorry about that, Pop. The playbook one and screenshot, but my girlfriend called me for dinner. No, for sure, for sure. I actually do plan on doing a backtesting session later today as well, if anything. So I'll be more than happy to like break down the playbook once more. But if you like, I can also post in my YouTube community tab a screenshot of my like that weaknesses as a trader sheet that we were talking about a few days ago that has the clear playbooks. And then what is it called? I can also do a screenshot of what I have in TradeZella for the playbook there too. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, Pop. I got you. No worries, no worries. Yep, just supply and demand and then support and resistance for my two main playbooks. So I will make sure to post that for you. Maybe I can do it right now while we're waiting for people to pop in, actually. Let's see. But can you let me know, Pop, if my audio sounds okay? I'm using my gaming headset mic again, so I'm hoping it sounds okay. And then let me... Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. What'd you have for dinner? What did your girlfriend make you the other night, if you can recall? Sounds so good. I want food right now, so bad. Okay, let me go on TradeZilla as well. We're just still waiting for people to pop in, just in case anyone else wants to. We'll go from there. Leave that on here. Okay. Log in here. Okay, let me try to squeeze this into a screenshot. I hope it will fit. Hey, Pop, do you want me to only include the playbook specifically, like the screenshots of the playbook only? Or did you want a picture of that whole entire worksheet? Supply and demand. Oh, I haven't updated my TradeZella one, so I probably won't include the TradeZella one, but... Oh, yum, vegan sushi. That sounds so good. I'm craving sushi. Craving that. Oh, the psychological stuff. Yeah, I got you. No worries. Okay. I will not do the TradeZella then, because I haven't even updated that, to be fair with you. So I will go ahead and do this. Matter of fact, I'll just include the whole worksheet in case other people want to see since they missed the stream. Okay, let me see if I can squeeze this onto... Okay, yeah, I got it on here for you. Okay, let me just type out a little thing for it first, and then I'll post it literally. I'll let you know on the stream right now, so... I think the stream was last week. No, it wasn't. It was earlier this week. I think it was on Tuesday I started this, if I'm not mistaken. So, Oh, and then while we're waiting for this guy to go, wow, if only, I should just buy an eval account, honestly, and I should have just continued to play this, but it is what it is. This would have been also a 1-to-1, so could have easily taken profits here around the middle of that resistance, but if targeting new time, or sorry, current day's high, yeah, I mean, on this higher time frame here, we are also what I was talking about in one of my most recent streams, how we are respecting the 1 hour demand, pushed up how we pushed up all the way up here into the 650s, 660s, or something like that. Second time, we did the same thing. And then this third time, I was talking about how we might have a little bit of ranging between the two H4 levels. That's what we did a little bit here on Wednesday and Tuesday because of the new supply zones that were created here. There was a 1 hour supply zone right here, and then there's also a 4 hour supply zone that's right here. So because of those two levels, I was anticipating a little bit of chop, a little bit of ranging between the two levels, but still ultimately coming for like this perfect target around this H4 level, this 3 hour supply zone. Well, this 3 hour supply is new. I barely drew this out, but I did talk about this particular level because of how price responded to the 1 hour demand before. So coming up here again, coming up here, and then again, seeing if we can, oopsies, seeing if we can come up here again. So yeah, that's why I'm a bit bullish for price today to at least come to new high of day. But you know what? I'm not even in this trade anymore. I've already exited. I'm going to go over my trades from this morning to talk about that. So yeah, let's see. This holds. Need a continuation higher. Unless it breaks below, closes below its strength down. Where's the 5 minute? Okay, so there's that. So yeah, that's kind of like my really big target I would love to hit. So that would help with, I don't really care about bias necessarily, but it would help with some type of bias as I'm watching price and obviously respecting lower time frame trend. But yeah, that's kind of like my idea for this week. And so far we've been respecting, so far it's been looking good. But today, let's see what happens. It's the final day of red folder news. So let's watch. But anyways, okay. Back real quick to finishing this post for Pop and for anyone else that's interested. Um, as requested by, I won't put your name out there, Pop, because it also says requested by Pop. Sounds crazy. Sounds like my dad is asking for this. So I'm going to say it's requested by an awesome subscriber. Simple. All right. Perfect. Okay. And then really quick too, coming back to the chat. Okay, sweet. So I do want to take a screenshot of my, what is it called? My accounts. So, not my accounts, I'm sorry, my trades I took today for that new post I'm doing. So bear with me just a moment, and then I am going to talk about all my trades. Looks a bit crazy. I did also go over my number of trades per day for this particular account. For my other like copied ones, these ones I did stop at, I think it was like 10, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. But in any case, emotions are in control, psychology feels good, like everything feels good. And following like the playbook, it made sense. It's just the executions were not good enough. So again, we'll talk about it, but let me go ahead and add this into my post here real quick. Sorry guys, I'm doing a special post for Pop, but also for myself, you know me, just documenting the journey. So, okay, save, and here we go. Individual, oh my gosh, I can't spell. Okay, sweet. Okay, Pop, I just posted on the YouTube community tab that sheet that we covered in the last stream. So feel free to go over there. It has the psychology part on the top, the simple system I'm doing now, and then the 2 playbooks on the bottom. And then also, you guys just saw me take a screenshot of my thing. So, cool. All right then. Let's, looks like this would have been, I wonder how I would have taken, like, traded this if I continue to hold, right? I mean, there was only a little bit of drawdown, about 10 points drawdown. It's back at break even. I think what would be smart if I was still in this position, I'll check out chat in a second, but if I was still in this position, where was I my entry at? It was at 501.5. Oh, oopsies. Yeah, 501.5. So I think the best thing is obviously this. This is where I think stop like should have been trailed. Right around here. So we got the break, right? At this point, I think stop should have been trailed right underneath after the break. Something like that. But if we could get a retest of this little resistance and then break through like that, come down, retest it, and then break higher, or if it will come up, reject, and then come back down into this 1 minute imbalance right here, where there's also this previous resistance. So kind of like right here, yeah. Let's see. This is me forward testing the rest of this trade if I still held it, but like I said, I'm going to go over why I'm not holding the trade anymore, and it's only because of consistency. My consistency rule on my funded accounts, so that's why I'm not in the trade anymore. But yeah, okay, let me go back to the chat now, see what's going on. And yeah, let's talk. Let's chat for a bit, see if there's any more trades to take. Might pick up an eval, and then maybe we can trade the eval together on stream, since I did all my funded this morning at New York Open, as you can see. So, oh, nice Pop. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Follow your edge and your shot if that works. And then, yeah, yeah, for the psychology part, I hope that my system can help in some way. What's up, Sharon? Happy Tuesday. Simon, what's up, Simon P? It's good to see you again. Angie, what's up? Good to see you too. Um, yeah, no problem, Pop. I got you. I got you. I hope it's helpful. I really do hope it's helpful. So far, the last 3 days since I've implemented the sheet that I posted, it's been good, regardless of like everything else happening in my life, and then like where my accounts were. I feel pretty good. I do think that there's always going to be room for improvement. So who knows? Like after some time, I might have to tweak the sheet to make it more like strict or more clear or some sort. But so far, 3 days only of doing it, it's been pretty good. Like I said, emotions feel pretty good the last few days. Psychology feels good. And then the playbooks are so simple. So, yeah. But yeah, and then Simon, I think it's a take caution day. Blue account got tilted. Blue note 3 have 3 more. I'm sorry about that, Simon. No worries. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are able to relate to that. I had my Lucid accounts that I also had just very little drawdown left, and I ended up being in profits for my position and could not accept profits because I wanted more. And so that's when price wicked back and ended up taking me out. So I entered on my Lucid accounts like right around here, like the break of this guy. Let me actually do it on here. There we go. So I actually did this, like I had some issues too, and I lost my Lucid accounts. But basically, I took the break of this guy right here, taking the support and resistance play, right? So resistance, support. We had the open candle go down, and my target was to go all the way up into, where are we? Here we go. It was to actually go all the way up into, oh my gosh, there we go. Go up here to 552s. So that's what I was looking for on that first trade. And because of that, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and throw on a 1-to-1. Like, this is a perfect idea for me because, dude, like, I have up like 50 points to the upside, 50 points to the downside, holding above support. Obviously, market opened. We had pushed off of support. We're breaking through resistance. I'm like, dude, this is great. I think at this point, entering where I did, like it all makes sense. Obviously, if I entered lower, just a little bit lower, yes, hindsight could have worked, but I entered the position, didn't work, completely stopped me out, and that's all the drawdown I had left. So it was not smart trading in my opinion, but at the end of the day, I also wanted to follow what the playbook was, and this time around, it's not that the playbook didn't necessarily work, it's where the entry was, where the exits were, and it was more the trailing of the stop loss. And that's all psychological, in my opinion, because I just personally didn't want to move anything. And I was like, no, I want to make all of this $1,000 and I want to have price hit my target because price needs to hit my target. And I was just being so stubborn. So you're not alone. I definitely messed up, and it's crappy. It's so crappy losing those because I just became funded with them yesterday on those accounts. I had daily loss limit yesterday hit, or when did I get funded? I think it was yesterday. I had daily loss limit hit because same idea. I just could not accept moving my stop and like trailing, or more so just accepting the losers, and that's what's on my sheet. It's the fact that I let my losing trades run, or more so, if I trailed my stop, it wouldn't become a losing trade. Like I was already up quite enough. Like if I just kind of stopped what I was doing, I could have moved my stop here, made it a smaller loser at 12 points versus the whole 50, could have moved stops to break even. So many things I could have done differently, but instead I didn't do that, and it's all because the psychological part, my weaknesses I've talked about, and blew my entire accounts on Lucid. So you're not alone, Simon. Totally get you. But I'm proud of you for locking yourself out. It takes a lot to be able to lock out. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Um, there's that break, there's that retest, and now let's see if we're going to get that push into Hive Day. But yeah, like I think it's admirable that you're able to lock yourself out even after so much tilt. Definitely been there. Sometimes I have not done that when it comes to locking myself out, but today I think it's a huge win because I am locking myself out on my funded accounts with Apex. So yeah, proud of you. New day tomorrow, right? New day tomorrow. And you still have 3 more accounts you can trade tomorrow or next week. So still have another chance. Oh, no worries, Simon Panda. You're definitely not alone when it comes to losing. Everyone loses no matter what. And at the end of the day, it's just a matter of picking ourselves back up and trying to do better the next time. So you got this. Like, I feel like my head was not screwed on straight when I started trading my Lucid accounts because I traded those first and then directly into this account. So you can see with these ones, like the trade idea, I was being so tight with these guys. I entered before, and then pushing into resistance, I got scared on my Apex because of trailing. So I treat my Apex accounts different than other accounts I've ended day because of the trailing, and then end up like making around $300 in profits. Ended up losing that profits right here. I'm like, dude, Now I'm back at break even, and also my trailing drawdown is down about $300. So I'm like, okay, like I need to like lock in, respect the support and resistance zones. So that's what I did. So yeah, I guess we can talk about the trades that I took today. I want price to hit this so bad. I'm literally not in the trade anymore, but it's just a more so like this forward testing in real time to further build like the confidence in what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. So yeah, but let's talk about the trades. And yeah, let's talk about the trades. Okay, so let me go into my 2 minute. No, I'll leave the 1 minute, and then we'll hop into the 2 minute time frame later. So, as I mentioned this morning, I had my support and resistance levels marked up right here. So we have support, kind of. I mean, I know it's ugly, but support, right? Support. Then we have a little bit of resistance right around here because of all these crazy wicks. And then our next resistance is going to be right up here because of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 even times, right? Or 4. And this like New York Open was the 5th time. So we have support and resistance marked up, super simple. Go down into the 1 minute time frame here. I wanted to see a break of the levels. So on Lucid, it was a break of these particular levels. And then on my Apex, it was a break of this resistance level. So as soon as we had a break, oh, let me mark the ones on the bottom. So the ones on the bottom, it's going to be right here. Right there. And then down here. Right around there. Those are like my action lines. Like from here, I'm like, okay, I need to consider taking a position if we have like an obvious move in either direction when it comes to support and resistance. We also have, oopsies, we also had what I talked about earlier, supply and demand, which I will throw up on the screen again just to show you guys what I had marked before my trading day. So this is a 4-hour right here. And yes, we have broken through it significantly, right? We wicked through it previous than today. However, the way that we kind of like consolidated through it and like we're going through it, it's just something to consider. And then we have on the 1-hour time frame, even smaller, this little guy. Hence why the first rejection, the second rejection. Even though it's a crazy sweep through, you don't have to call it a supply zone anymore. You can also just simply call it a resistance level, which is usually what I do when a zone is broken through. It becomes support or resistance at that point. That's why my playbooks are so intertwined. And there is high of day being taken out. So glad to see that this idea, glad to see that this idea did in fact work. So that's a good forward testing moment for me. Support and resistance, following the EMA, 5-minute time frame, following the trend on that, and then again just using simple liquidity sweeps. So if we could actually push into this 4-hour up here at 552, that would be amazing. That would further like give me more confidence about this idea I had previously. But if not, that's fine. High of day, that's cool. So okay, going back to my ideas or the context behind all of my trades today. So laid out the support and resistance levels on the lower time frame, laid out the 1-hour and the 4-hour time frame as well for the supply zones that we're entering in. And then what I talked about earlier this week, which I also discussed earlier in the stream, is this idea of price respecting the 1-hour demand and how every time it's bounced off of it, the last 2 times we've pushed not only into this first H4 here. There we go. Sorry, my YouTube looked like it disconnected for a second. Okay, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Not only did we push into this H4, but also pushing into this higher 4-hour H4 level as well as this daily level both times. Once, twice. So end of week kind of ideology I had was, okay, maybe we can have that same bullish momentum off of it into this level. This is like the ultimate target, right? The final boss, if you will. But I also said very clearly that I'm expecting a little bit of range between this here. We didn't get as much ranging between it as I was expecting. We actually ranged above it, just kind of consolidating above it. But the only reason why I was thinking that was because of our creation on Monday of that 1 hour supply that I had just talked about right here. And also the little 4 hour that was also created on Monday that I just talked about. So considering all those things in my mind, I'm like, okay, like this is what I'm thinking is going to happen, following the price, whatever. So now we go into my actual trades of today. That's all my context. So going to my trades of today. For this first portion right here, all this crazy mess, this was copy traded on all of my accounts. And then as we look into the rest of the session, I'm obviously on this current account here, this first one. And for this first one, I took individual trades, hence why the profit's a bit more. For the second account on the list, I did take individual trades as well. And then for the third and fourth account, I actually copy traded. Or at first, I think I individually traded and then I copy traded because I realized they're really similar in their current account balance as well as their profits on the day. So I copy traded them. So that's why the profits look the way that they do. So let's talk about the first beginning session, right? So we have the support below, we have our action lines above or below was broken through, but because of what happened to me before, feeling burnt from when price would fake me out, I think there's a bit of, I don't want to call it hesitation because that's not really it. I'm really good at just clicking the button when I'm trading by myself, but it was more so like I want to see price just do its thing, right? I would rather have a little bit more confirmation before I immediately jump in. I also saw a comment from another subscriber previously, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, where I saw it and I responded to him or her, and the comment was basically saying like just be careful about taking breakouts on NASDAQ. And based on my back testing, based on some of my forward testing, that's true. Like fake outs are going to happen, right? Especially if you're on a lower time frame, especially at New York Open at 6:30. Sometimes a breakout, it could work. It's always 50-50. Targeting a one-to-one could work, which is part of the game plan as well, having a one-to-one. But I was just too scared. I think I was just too scared of having another loss from a fake out, and I just didn't want to have it. So that's why you see that I didn't take any short trade here. Instead, I waited until we had the second candle at 6:31. So 6:30, 6:31. Okay, cool. We're having that push now. Fake out to the bottom, holding support. Didn't take the action line above. Didn't take this action line, below, and the second action line below. Okay, let's look for this resistance momentum push through, and that's exactly what happened. Took the longs, and this is where the execution part that I talk about is so ugly. And there is the final TP that I wanted to hit initially on my Lucid accounts at 552. So, RIP those accounts. But here we go. Let's talk about these ugly trades. So the first trade I took was for 5 points because this was right after that 631 candle, and I was just scared. I was just scared. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna get stopped out, I gotta make it quick. So 5 point winner, cool. Took another trade for a little less than 7 points here. Cool. Got out of that trade too. Quick base hits, and mind you, it's because my Apex accounts are trailing drawdown right now. The key to keeping that drawdown alive until you hit static is to take your base hits. I don't care if your base hits are 3 points, 10 points, 15 points, however you trade. For me personally, base hits are anywhere between like 4 or 5 points all the way to like 20 points. So take that as you will, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the negative risk to reward sometimes too. But also, my goal is always to try to be, mindful of how I'm using my risk. So, took my trades, took another trade for 6 points of a winner. At this point, I think I'm up around like $300 if you count all those numbers together that I just showed you. And now this is the part where I should have been more mindful of our push into resistance, because we've already broken through not only one resistance, but a second resistance zone, and this is a bigger resistance zone. So I'm like, okay, I need to be careful here. But instead of being careful, I was like, no, I want to see a retest of the pullback, and I want to see it continue to push higher into that 52 that I just talked about. So it took that long, and instead of obviously having to go up, it went down, and all the profits I just made, I'm wiped out. So now I'm break even on the day. I'm at $0 profit, but my drawdown amount shows that I'm at like 2,200 because, as you know, with trailing drawdown, when your unrealized highest mark is how it's calculated. So even though I'm break even at $0 on the day, my drawdown is showing 22. I'm like, dude, I don't like that. I don't like that. And this is the psychological part where there's a lot of room for improvement that needs to be fixed on. It's focusing on the trailing, but at the same time, my emotions were still fine. I wasn't mad, I wasn't sad. I only had taken like 4 trades by now. It's fine. Like, it's okay. I'm still giving myself room to breathe. So, moving forward, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and respect this resistance zone like it's showing, and let's go and take the shorts back into the previous resistance that is now support, or into the bottom resistance here. Accidentally made a mistake. This was a break-even trade right here. This is a break-even because I went long when I was supposed to go short. So from here, I'm like, okay, like, give myself a second, re-entered in the position, made back the profits. I am literally back up 320 on the day. And on top of that, I've made back my drawdown that I originally lost. Okay, cool. Continuing to take the same playbook. I won't go into more depth. I think you guys are probably hearing, or tired of me talking about this. So, anyways, continue the same idea. Small base hits. This is right under 5 points. And then took a little loss, and then got another win of 6 points. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I feel burnt out. Oh no, this is the last trade. I feel burnt out. I'm done copy trading these accounts, and I'm not going to risk it anymore. And again, I think at this point it's about 10 trades total, which is perfect timing because that's what I have on my paper. So fast forward now into my take profit accounts, take profit trader accounts. Let me see if I even have those. I don't have them listed. So anyways, on my take profit trader accounts, took a trade on those. Same idea, I believe, with support and resistance. Using my take profit trader accounts, that's when I was giving myself a break from Apex, just simply because I didn't want to put my funded accounts more in risk. I would rather put my what are these called? My eval accounts in risk instead. So was able to trade those, got some scalps in, cool beans, very close to passing. I have like about 300 something dollars left to passing those. Nice. At that point, again, taking a minor break, and then I'm like, okay, I still feel okay. Is it worth it to risk the profits I've made on my funded accounts now? Do I see any like ideas happening? At this point, seeing all these equal lows kind of being created, not equal lows, but like this support being consistently tested. I'm gonna jump into the 2-minute now. Save. Okay. Seeing this whole thing being tested, but we are having lower highs. Jump into the 5-minute. We are having lower highs here and crazy wicks. I also want to see a retest of H4, and I want to see a retest of this support because all we've had so far is a tap. That's it. And at the time, we also had liquidity that was stacked on the bottom. So right here at 12 a.m., we had this bad boy right here at 450. I'm like, okay, there might be a pool now that we've taken a higher time frame. I'm sorry, we've taken the higher levels of resistance, some liquidity here. We've obviously had a crazy pullback. Price is showing on the lower time frame that we are having lower lows, and on the 2-minute lower lows. Still holding the support. I want to see a bit of a lower move down. So I took a few shorts on these accounts, and then finally, again, I took a minor little break until here at 726. Took a few more trades on the current account I'm on, and this is where I was just using simple support and resistance, looking for higher highs. So the idea behind these trades is going on the 5-minute. We have that sweep of the H4 like I wanted. We have that sweep of that 450 that I wanted. I want to see if price is going to shift back up, and I want to see if we're going to have a new trend created on the 5 as well as the 1-minute time frame respecting the EMA. What I talked about previously, the support and resistance strategy using the 50 or the 25 EMA. In this case, I have the 25 on, following the direction of the 5-minute time frame if trend is going to continue higher. So in this case, it does. Hence why I take the trade, right? Here's our first resistance. We break over it. Strong closure above. Second, what was the previous support is now becoming, the previous support became resistance, as you can see here. But as we are pushing up higher, following 5-minute time frame, 1 minute is going along, we flipped it, retested it, and now at this point, okay, I'm going to take this long. Went for a 1-to-1, literally had 1 point away from my stop out, got it out for my 10 points. Honestly, hindsight, could have held it for the full 20 points instead, but like I said, base hits are anywhere between 4 or 5 points up to 20. In this case, I just was like, you know what, let me just throw another contract in right here. And like I said, should have just held it for the full 20 because I had no more drawdown in this position, but I took another 10 pointer. Again, no drawdown. If you want to say I have a tick of drawdown, that's cool, but made 225 on this trade. And at this point now, I'm up about $1,200 on the current account here. This is my final trades of my accounts too. So now I'm considering, okay, is it worth it to take another long? And I'm like, yes, because my end of day target, or at least session target, is that 552. So that 552, well, I put it up here high of day obviously, but I still want personally that 552 because it's a 4-hour liquidity level right here. 552. 552. Boom. Like, dude, I want it so bad. And I think that's also a part of psychology that I should have also considered, is that this is an emotional piece of me. It's like, I want it bad. Why do I want it bad? Why do I want this 552? Is it me being greedy because I want more money to hit 552? Is it me trying to prove something to myself that if I hit 552, my analysis is right and I know how to read price action? Like, what is the root of my emotions causing me to want this 552 so bad? And because there's so much emotion behind it, that's why I targeted high of day at this point at the 548. So this is not perfect. It has to be a 1 to 2. Oh my God, that's going to bother me. 1 second. Oh, I need that to be a perfect 1 to 2. Okay, close enough. So in any case, enter the position, right? As you can see here, 732. 732 at 501.5. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so annoying. Okay, 501.5. I have 23 point stop because I'm willing to risk the profits I just made here. If I lose $400, that's fine because 1,200 and something change minus the 400, I'm up 800 on this funded account. That's more than enough profit for me. And I knew this is my last trade. Like, let's go big or go home. Let's go for the 1 to 2 today. Even though base hits everything that I care about, like I keep preaching, but because I'm already at static on this account, it doesn't hurt to go for a 1 to 2, risking some profits I made on the day. That's fine with me. So I enter the position and I immediately, I'm like, dude, wait a second. I'm at 1,200 on the day. There's a 30% consistency rule, and I always have my personal spreadsheet up right here, which I don't show you guys because it's personal stuff, like other personal things on it. But on the spreadsheet, I have it listed out for every account that I have that has a consistency rule. I'm like, dude, on a few days ago, I made $1,308.30 on this account. If I go above $1,308, then I'm going to have a higher consistency, and that's going to make it more impossible. Not impossible, but it's going to make it a little bit more of a challenge for me to get to at least requesting my first payout on this account. Is it worth it? Do I really want to do that to myself, or do I prefer to lock in this first payout? I would prefer to lock in the first payout because the first payout is usually the hardest, especially with the trailing drawdown. I want to pay myself for the expense of this account. I have to be smart about this prop firm thing, right? So I'm like, dude, I gotta exit. I gotta exit. So, right, this is the minute after at 7:34, 1 minute into this position. Oh, what the heck? 7:32. Oh, 2 minutes into this position, or however long this was. Let me go into the 1 minute time frame. When did I enter this? In any case, took a bit of heat while I was looking at the numbers in my spreadsheet, and I exited for $80. $80 put me at 1306. So that's why I didn't hold this final position, even though I really wanted to, right? Like, this is my target. It has hit my target. Even if it pulled back to my break even, it's fine. I have static drawdown. And also, I would have personally trailed or based on my forward testing, like trailing the stop to when we break resistance makes the most sense. So even if I, right, got it back to break even, or if I got stopped out with the trailing stop at 20 points, that's an extra $400. But what mattered is the consistency rule for me. So take that as you will, but I exited for $80. And at the end of the day, I'm glad the idea worked out. I'm happy about that. But that's kind of like the whole background for all of the trades that I placed today on my accounts, and the losing trades, the winning trades, and how I feel in the day. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me go to the chat, see what you guys think. Any thoughts about your day, thoughts behind my trades, whatever you want to share. But that's everything. So, I am sticking to the playbooks. Just the issue is psychology. The issue is myself on executing properly, as you can tell by the horrendous craziness going on here. But it all worked out at the end of the day. So, yeah, I really do want to pick up an eval, but all my targets have been hit. High of day in that 52 level was hit, so kind of want to pick up an eval. Let me bring this back. Yeah, that's fine. 835. Okay, cool. Yeah. Checking out the chat real quick. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate the love. I think it's beautiful to talk about a journey. I get caught up in social media and trying to like prove something more to myself. And then I also try to prove something to the internet for some strange reason. I don't know why that is. I think it's something that a lot of people in the space can like relate to, that are like consistently posting, or like when they're starting out when it comes to posting. But at the end of the day, I think what matters is just being honest with myself, because even if I try to prove something to somebody, it's not going to matter, because what matters is like how I'm performing. What matters is, am I doing better? And am I being honest with myself if I am? So I feel like showing the highs and the lows, but more importantly, like the psychology part is very, very key in my personal journey. And the more that I can get better at being honest about it, the more that I can be aware about it, the more that I can work on it, and just hopefully become better. So, yeah, I appreciate you for the nice words there, DJ. I appreciate you. What's up, BK? Hey, welcome back. I'm doing good. How are you doing today? Yeah, Simon Panda. I'm trying to really step in with Apex right now, especially after like their huge 90% off sale. Today is the last day of the activation fees, so it's $85 across the board, or it's $37 for the 250 and the 300k accounts, which is huge. All ends today at noon, so I love that. And yeah, I decided let me just try it out. I picked up a few 250Ks, did not do good. I brought up my profits all the way to like 9K a few times, and then I blew those accounts. So pretty sad about it. But 50Ks are just a lot easier because of the whole trailing and beating it and then passing the accounts. So far we're okay. I'm at 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 accounts so far with them. With 3, 4 already at the static, and then a few are really close. But I'm just trying to focus on more so like focusing on the consistency percentage to make sure I'm respecting it, and then make sure I'm just executing on the playbook as best as I can. It gets a little mentally challenging because I look at this a lot, hence why like my first trades and then my second trades, like all that happened, or not happened, but it was something that I was very highly considering. So I do have like a mental challenge of like trying to get over the trailing drawdown, but so far we're okay. So far, baby steps, we're doing our thing. So yeah. But let me really quick, I'm gonna pause on the chat and let's do the first giveaway, because it is about Apex. So let me go ahead and get that. What is it called? It's a, I forgot what that thing is called. I want to do the first giveaway right now before they take it away from us. It's a form, Google form. That's what it's called, Google form. Okay, here we go. shoot. Make a copy. Here we go. Okay, sweet. And then let me... Sorry guys, I'm just making sure that the sheet is correct. And also I gotta add in the disclaimer about the countries thing and eval ban. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, sweet. Let's publish this. Responder, anyone with the link. Done. Publish. Okay, sick. Copy. Copy the short link. There we go. Okay, sick. I do have the giveaway sheet prepared. Is this right? Yeah, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Okay, so let me throw up on here. Thanks guys for your patience. I appreciate you. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, so here we go. Perfect. So here's the first giveaway of the stream. Very thankful to have, been working with Apex and been a partner with them for quite some time now. And, the support they've shown me, the love they've shown me, the payouts they've, paid me out for. So it's been a really cool journey working with them. And then now I'm finally at a place where I do finally have like my own personal direct line, and I just feel so humble about it and so thankful for it. So I'm glad I'm able to do some more fun giveaways with them. So here is the first giveaway. I'm going to put the link in the description now. If there's an issue with the Twitter part, can you guys please let me know? Because last time there was an issue, so I'm hoping there's no issue this time. Okay, sorry about that. I had to turn on the fan. But yeah, we'll do this first giveaway for about 5 minutes. So just so that we can make sure. Yeah, so the next, how much time is on this candle? So it's 8:49, so at 8:55, the winner will be chosen. Yeah, good question for Bazi white evaluation ban. So there's some people, like over however long it's been, if they do have an evaluation ban on their account where they haven't been able to buy an account with Apex anymore, I had to confirm with the team, like, can they still win an account for free and be able to trade it? And they said no, just because of the eval ban. Like, that means there's like something on their account that doesn't allow these people to continue to trade on new evals, and this would be considered a new eval. So yeah, that's why. I'm sorry about that for anyone that's not able to enter because of the eval ban. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not this giveaway won't be applicable for those that aren't able to trade with them due to an eval ban or a country not being on their list. But I am going to be doing a second giveaway on the stream with Trade Day. So if you want to hang out, feel free to. And then, um, yeah, we'll do that one too. Okay, let's see. Simon, is there a way to block us from seeing the info of others? Block us from. Do you mean like when we do the giveaway spinner? To like include the first and last name? Oh, the giveaway form says people's information? Oh no, that's not good. You guys shouldn't be able to see the people that have responded. Oh no, really? That's crazy. I did not know that you can see that. Um, wow, I had no idea that you can see. I can see everyone's info if I go back. Oh shoot. That's actually crazy. Okay, okay. That's so crazy. Shoot, why is it not working? Um, hmm. Bear with me, Simon. I have no idea that that's possible. I'm looking through the settings right now. Off. Oh, there we go. I think it was a summary, results summary, possibly. Okay, I think it might be better now. Here. We only have 31 people that have entered, so there's still a lot of room for people to win this free account. Here, I'm going to show you guys what I see. 32 people have entered. Okay, thanks, Simon. Appreciate you. Yeah, you literally have like some type of. You got that software glitch in him. Yeah, so I just turned everything else off. Oh God, I hope no one's information is leaked. I would feel so bad. If it is, oh my gosh, I might have to just like close this out. This response sheet, I might have to just close it out and then do a new one. Cause oh, it's fixed now. Okay, perfect. Oh, thank God. Thank you. Okay, great. So, oh my God. Okay, Simon, don't message those people. If it doesn't work, everyone blame Simon. No, I'm just kidding. Don't blame Simon. All right, so oh, we have both Simons in the chat. I'm dead. All right, guys. So whoever does win, please make sure you're still in the chat by the time I call your name because I want to make sure you're here, so that I could preferably message you like ASAP Rocky. But yeah, okay, cool. So 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left here. 1 minute left, actually. 1 minute left for people to enter. 1 minute left. Okay, while we have that 1 minute, let me go back here. I have 40 seconds. Let me see if I can catch up on any more chat stuff. GSIVA, order flow as a confirmation, take entries. You know, I used to use Bookmap as a way to visually see order flow, and I was a big fan. But for me, I think it was a matter of like always having to look at another software that just made it an extra step that I didn't need. So I'm not too sure if I would go back into using it. I don't see why not, but right now I think right now I just want to stick with what I'm using, just because I'm used to it so far. But good question. Okay, sweet. And then there we go. We are going to close the giveaway form now. It has been the full 5 minutes. Here we go. Accepting. Save. Perfect. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I'm going to move this over to my screen. So you guys saw 45 people that entered because I don't want you guys' personal info to be on here. Giveaway spinner. Okay. And we're going to go here. Throw this guy back on. Yeah, last time I struggled really bad with the duck race, with the marble race, with all the races. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping that just using it this way is the best way. So let me move this little thing out the way. Right there. Okay, sweet. All right, and then let me grab all the names. Responses, link to a sheet, create the sheet, grab a little bit of water. Okay, so first and last names, 45 of them. Cool. Okay, here we go. So you guys can see 45 entries. And yeah, let's go ahead and shuffle it around a bit. Can I do a sound on this thing? That would be kind of fun, I think, right? Nope, that's not it. How do we put a little cute sound on here? Here we go. Drum roll. 75%. Spin time, we'll do it 5 seconds is fine. Okay, and then let me go ahead and turn on the screen volume so we can all be a part of this. Okay, properties. No, wait. That's... Sorry, guys. I really want us to all be a part of this. Yeah, actually, I don't think it's gonna work. Darn it. Wheel of names. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll try. We'll try anyways, okay? We'll just try anyways. Alright, here we go, guys. Make sure that the screen is updated. Okay, sweet. Everything is good. Okay, here we go. We are gonna go for the first winner, or the only winner, for this giveaway. Here we go. Really loud. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry about that. I hope that wasn't too loud. But all right, Flare Frame, are you in the chat? Are you in the chat, Flare Frame? You gotta be in the chat to win. Gotta be in the chat to win this one. I'll give you a minute. Oh, perfect. There, Flare Frames is. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Flare Frame. Congratulations on winning the Apex account. So I'm going to send that over to you right now while we're on stream. And then we do have that trade day one that we're going to do in probably like 30 minutes within the hour. Just because I do want to do some new updating on my charts and stuff like that and just get that going. So yeah, congratulations for winning. Yeah, let me go over to the form and then let me get your email. Okay, I got your email right here. So normally I do like a whole like written email type of thing, like congrats, all this stuff. But because I want to give it to you as soon as possible, I'm going to make it very short and sweet, okay? Congratulations on winning though. Super happy for you on that one. Super, super awesome. Woo woo. All right, first winner. Apex giveaway winner. Would you guys like to do a second one? What do you guys think? A second Apex one? We could do it like right now with the same people that have entered. shoot, this is from the wrong email. I'm so sorry. I gotta rewrite it into the new one. Compose here. This. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Copy your email. Copy. Paste. Oh my gosh, it's not working. Okay, sweet. So Flare frame, the email is on the way to you when you provided the code. I'm sorry. Here's your Apex code, so then you know what it is. Oh shoot, I forgot. Let me include this. Sorry, I'll let you know when it sends right now. Copy. Okay, perfect. Okay, just sent it to you. It should be in your inbox within like the next like 30 seconds. So that has been sent out. Congratulations again. I'm super happy for you. All right, yes. Okay, we'll do another one. It looks like people are saying, yeah, let's go. No objection. Yes, since I need to go soon. Okay. Yes, Ion, the giveaway form will be reopened for the trade day account one. Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and open it just because. What do you guys think? Should I reopen the form for 2 minutes for new people to join? Please let me know right now, like right now. I need at least like 4 responses if we should open it or not. So it can be fair, right? 2 yeses. I need 2 more responses if we should open the form for new people. Okay, 3. Perfect. Okay, I'm opening the form right now. Bear with me just a moment. Accepting, save, and let me shorten it right now. Okay, perfect. Here is the form. 2 minutes to enter. So basically at 9:05, it's gonna end, just because it's already obviously 9:02 50 seconds, so it's pretty much 9:03. No, if you've already entered into that form, your information's already on there, so you're good to go. You are good to go. So what I am going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and clear all of this, and I am going to remove flare frames from the list when we do this second spin, okay? So that it's fair. So yeah, while we have a little bit of time to that's true, Simon. Do need to confirm if they liked and subscribe. Honestly, this is so bad to say on stream, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Like I think I trust you guys enough, honestly. Like you guys are my people, you guys are my community, so I'm hoping that everyone's like being real, and not just like being not real about it. Thankfully we don't have bots that come into our stream like that, so that's nice. But yeah, do you guys think it should be a different way? Maybe I should do it a different way. Okay, while we're waiting for the new people, do I have anything that I missed above? Simon. Treat off the EMA 9 and 20, supports its own view up, and I use the 5 minute, 1 minute, 1 hour. I don't use 1 hour enough though. Dude, Simon, we're like pretty much almost trade the same. I love that. Isn't it crazy that our like people's strategies are so similar and targets can be so similar? But some people are able to be super duper consistently profitable and others are like still like working to get there. It's insane to me how people are so similar and some people are like at different pages of their journey. Insane. But that's so cool. Yeah, the 1 hour is low-key clutch. I really like the 1 hour liquidity levels because I feel like the 5 minute and the 1 hour are like correlated in some way. And it just kind of like, I don't know, it works out usually. And especially with Fibonacci levels, if you have not tried that. Not saying to change your strategy, but that's been helping too. I love music so much. The stream yesterday where you put your chart in the description, your last live, and it's fine. Yeah, I did put those on private. I'm sorry about that. I love music so much. Good to see you, by the way. Okay, let me close the form really quick here. Okay, closing the form now. But yeah, I did. Ooh, someone just got the response in at the nick of time. So clutch. Okay, so only 10 more people entered into the giveaway, and remember the winner has to be in the stream in order to actually get their prize. So, yeah, let me go ahead and make sure all 55 people are in the sheet. Yes, they are. Or is it 56? It says 56 now. Okay, here we go. But yeah, I did put it on private. I love music so much. Is there one in particular that you would prefer for me to keep not in private? And everyone sees here on stream, I'm removing Flare Frame because Flare Frame has won the last one. So it went from 55 entries to 54, okay? So everyone's like on the same page about that. There's no cheating. So right now it only says we have 23 people in the stream. So whoever the winner is, you got to be in the stream to get it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just do this now ASAP because we want to hurry up and give the account out, and then I'll go back to chat. But here we go. 3, 2, oh. Good luck, everyone. 1, here we go. GCva, you're so close. But Dan Ramirez is our winner for the second Apex account giveaway. So congratulations, Dan. Are you in the chat? You got, let's do 1 minute to make sure he responds. So I'm looking at the timer right here. Is Dan in the chat? Dan Ramirez, you got 40 seconds. Oh, there is Dan. Dan is here. So congratulations on winning. Dan, I'm going to send you the code right now so that you can get started if you want. I'm going to send it to your email that you provided me, okay? So let's see. Compose, recipient. Don't worry, guys. I have more giveaways to do. I told you guys September I'm going to be doing more giveaways. I just really appreciate y'all. And yeah, I hope that this helps in some way. I'm not the biggest influencer or content creator or whatever you guys call me out there, but I hope that this helps, and I hope my journey helps in some way too. But here we go. Okay. All right, Dan, I'm sending the code over to you right now, and you should get it in the next like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It's all out there, or it's already sent out to you. So let me know if you did receive it, okay? Oh, my laptop is dying. Let me plug it in. And we still do have the trade day giveaway. That's going to be the final one for today's stream. Unless you guys prefer to do it tomorrow on Friday, let me put a poll in the chat. That would be great. Or in case people aren't in the stream, maybe I can make the trade day giveaway something on Twitter where it gives you guys a couple more days to enter. So let me go ahead and throw it in right now. We'll do 72 hours. 72 hours long. YouTube stream now or today. Or we could do a YouTube post or a YouTube comment. We'll do 48 hours. Or we can do... No, I think that's fine. We'll just keep it like that. So either on Twitter, on the YouTube stream today in a bit, or a YouTube comment from the last video, 48 hours to enter it. Okay. There we go. There's the poll. So please let me know your guys' thoughts on that, please. I would appreciate that a lot. Yeah, of course. Thank you again for everyone that participated in the stream, or I'm sorry, in the giveaways. Pretty awesome. I do have a few more Apex accounts I will be giving out this month, and if everything continues to go well with my journey with Apex, I will be doing like a whole recording like series on my channel to talk about like my psychology, the worksheet that I went over, And I'll also be doing some more giveaways through that series. So, gonna do my best to try to lock in my payouts with Apex. I do know right now that I will be denied my first payouts for potentially like two of the accounts, maybe three. And that's because I know for sure I accidentally entered into too many contracts on my one account, which I did talk to you guys about because my copy trader wasn't on. So that's one account. The other two, I think I didn't respect the 30%. No, I don't think it was 30. Yeah, I think I didn't respect the 30% loss roll or something. And then the other one was the other one is consistency. So far like consistency is not being respected. So that would easily deny me too. So, we'll see. Just do it now. You're funny. I mean, honestly, low key, but it's because I do want to like hang out a bit longer, and I feel like the best way to end a stream is with the giveaway. So that's why. Yeah, Dan, I just got your email back. Of course, no problem, and I'm happy to be back into trading and back in the space too. Happy to be here. Thank you for supporting me. Hey, what's up, Canna? Yeah, good day, good day. Hope you're doing good. I'm gonna go back up into the chat real quick, make sure I didn't miss any like comments and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, let's see. Nice, Eddie. I'm glad to hear that two of three of your accounts are really healthy, and that 100 day or 100 a day challenge is like working out for you. It's crazy to see how like base hits can make the biggest difference with prop firms, and especially with like a trailing drawdown kind of firm like Apex. Let me go ahead and take off on the screen the giveaway because I don't want to throw anybody off about it. Donna, yeah, for sure. Price was definitely interesting. Um, how it was this morning. To be honest, I do need to focus on compounding. I feel like compounding, whether it's like base hits or like even with account stacking, it would make sense. So the way I kind of handled my Apex accounts was obviously because the sale, but I also was like focusing on like my first set. Okay, these are like locked in for a payout, at least as the profits go, but consistency is another thing, the contract sizing, the whole mess up that I had with the tab switching, or I'm sorry, the trade copier, and then the 30% rule, those main things like I definitely have to consider for these first sets, but at least I'm over the trailing drawdown. The next set are these, so I basically got these as my first set of quote unquote compound. Second set, right here, these three. Third set is these two, and then fourth set is the bottom ones down here. So these bottom three, obviously the goal is to get them to static drawdown, get them to payout and everything, but I've accepted that those that are in the trailing drawdown stage still, there is the chance it could get hit, and it's not something that I want to happen, but I've accepted that loss. I've accepted that risk because that's part of the game. But at least these four, one, two, three, four, are good to go for the first payout request, which will most likely be denied based on the reasons I just told you. But at least the second request would be good. Sweet. All right, and I think that's pretty much it when it comes to all the comments. Everyone was able to join when they did. Yeah, Dan, sorry, I missed your message here in the chat. What I'm doing different this time around is I am going to be following the worksheet that I posted on the YouTube community tab, and I think you might have missed my last stream, but this is what I'm doing different. Basically, it's going to be this part down here. This is normally like this is pretty normal. It's not really different. The difference is acknowledging the weaknesses every single day, putting that at the forefront of my brain to allow myself to focus on getting better at this and enabling myself to then focus on my system to build that trust and confidence in myself. And these are my main two playbooks. I was doing three playbooks before. It was this one, and it was imbalance and wick tests, but instead of making that a separate playbook, I've decided to combine it into these as a exit for my position or a stop loss for my position. So you can see here I've added the imbalance wick test with my supply and demand, but these intertwine very, very well, and it's very simple to follow. Or if I keep them separate, it's very simple to follow still. So that's pretty much what I'm doing different this time around. Yeah, GC, but hopefully you'll get the next one though. There's definitely more opportunity. Hey, what's up, Reesh? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Good to see you. This is fun. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We're just hanging out right now. I think at this point, I really wanted to get an eval. I should have gotten an eval earlier, but it is what it is. I really should have gotten an eval earlier. But it's all good. Yeah, Simon, thank you for hanging out, dude. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next one. Um, yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next stream. I'll probably do a backtesting stream in the next few days, honestly. We can do supply and demand or support and resistance, whatever you guys want to do. But it's been nice to do that. I might actually do some more on the stream here. No, Simon, you're good. It's not your fault. You're good. You're so solid. I'm gonna call you Panda from now on if that's fine, since we usually have Simon and Chas right there. Yeah, there's Simon, the second Simon. We have two Simons. So crazy. But yeah, back testing, right? I think that sounds like a good vibe. We had our forward tested trade part of the live session, talked about all of the reasoning behind my trades, talked about the wins, the losses, the context of what I saw on the chart leading up into my positions, and we did two giveaways. We have one more coming out. Um, and now maybe we should do some back testing if you guys are cool with that. Before we do that, let me see if there's anything to update on my charts. And if there's any more good price action, maybe I'll buy an eval for us to trade on together. Maybe I should do an eval on stream every time I stream. That might be fun. But let's remove everything now. Cool. Okay. So let's go from top down if there's anything to add on to our charts. Not in particular. Where's our weekly again? Oh, there's our weeklies. Let's do 4 hour, broken through. This is now, in my opinion, considered to be support and resistance. So I'm going to go ahead and add it on anyways. Right there. Oops. That's our H4, support and resistance. Okay, we'll go into the 3 hour. This is something to think about as I continue to trade into this price level, is this guy right here. 572 to 614. So like, let's call it, that's what, 40 points roughly, so 20 points up, so about like 580s to 590s. This is a level for me to think about, just simply because it was a basing candle that we did break through really strong. So, and that also lines up pretty well with here we go. That does line up pretty well with previous resistance here. So something to think about. I'm not going to leave it marked on my chart, but it's just something to think about. 3 hours fine. 2 hour. I just recently added 2 hours into my charting, literally last night. So I want to see if it is a potential supply and demand zone time frame that can be beneficial to my trading. And then 1 hour. So 1 hour lines up with the 3 hour here. So and also with the H4 level. So there's not really much to add to the chart as far as the upside. Downside, that's a bullish spring candle on the 1 hour pushing off that range. I do like that a lot. 2 hour. We have this little guy that was already retested once here. So we'll add him in because he could still be used at least once more. We're not going to discriminate against our little 2-hour guy. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for, what am I looking for, seriously? Oh, here we go, template. I need to add it in, so I'll do this. I need to rename them all to H2s and all that stuff, but there we go. Is it on there? Yeah, okay. So there's our 2-hour. Wow, that did play perfectly. I wish I knew this before. And then let's see the 1-hour. This is a good 1-hour too that was built off the 2, but I'll leave it alone for now. And then the 15. The 45 has a good, this is a good level right here for a good bounce wick, but we've already shown that we have strength, so I'm going to leave it alone. And that's about it. So, nice. I like that. Let me add back that forward test that I did. Let me take a screenshot too. Darn, I should have left everything on the screen, huh? I forgot about that. That was at 7:22, I believe. Right? No, it wasn't. 7:32. 7:32. At 501.5. Cool. And we were targeting all-time highs for a 1 to 2, which did work. So let me, boom, do that. So that's this whole ugly little candle I have drawn here. Let me remove it. Oh, shoot. Remove this. Okay, cool. And then let me draw out my support and resistance that led me into this idea. That was on the 1-minute frame and the 2-minute frame as well. But I don't have 2-minute time frame on TradingView because I don't have the paid version. Over here. Ow, what is that? Okay. So this was support became resistance type of thing. So we'll go like this. Support and resistance. And we had, I think it was down here. Yeah, so let me take a screenshot of this. 7:32. Perfect. Okay, nice. I'm going to delete everything now because we don't need it. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, beautiful. So our charts are ready to go for the next session. Obviously, price is going to continue to develop, so I'll have to update my charts in the morning, but this is what it's looking like, and I'll go ahead and share with y'all as I normally do. This is 9/4/25. Link to chart. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Alright. This is trend, support, and supply. Oops, this is NQ. And that's it. Cool. Alright, so that is going to be posted for you guys. And let me... Where did it go? Whoa, what happened? Your profile. There we go. Right here. And let me get this here and post it here. NQ chart. There you go. In case anyone wants to take a look at that, it's there. Okay, sweet. So yeah, I did a stream 2 days ago. That's good to know. Alright, so our charts are prepped, good to go on those, and I'm going to go ahead and close it out now. We're going to close our wheel of winners out, and then I'm going to go ahead and... Where's TradeZilla? Okay, sign in. Okay, cool. Here is our TradeZilla. So I'm gonna see if everyone else is cool with doing that. Okay. Now we'll do live stream number 2 later. Sweet. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna check on chat and then we can do some back testing and then maybe we could do the final giveaway at in 20, 35 minutes, something like that. Oh yeah, maybe we could do an eval together then. Might be kind of fun. The one thing about eval testing is I'm not sure which one I should do on screen. I would prefer maybe to do one that's end of day. Maybe I could do a trade day account with you guys since I've done 2 giveaways with them and I have another one coming up. That might be good. That might be good. So, oops, let's go back. Here is the current results for supply and demand. I did another week recently, so I need to go into doing obviously more. I need to finish February. I've been slacking. But this is the current stats for it. Don't care about the P&L. What I care about is trade win, profit factor, and that's about it. So far we are holding a pretty good risk to reward. I don't really care about that too much when it comes to supply and demand on scalping side of things, but if my goal is to start holding longer trades, then yes, it would be beneficial to have higher than a 1-to-1. So who knows? I think in 2026 I'd like to, as soon as I have at least 6 months of data in 2026, then maybe I would consider to fund a bigger live account. Actually, no, not bigger. Let me take that back. I'll fund a little bit more money in my live account, and then I will do supply and demand zone testing or trading only on that account. But until then, gonna continue to build more confidence and stuff. I already do feel pretty confident with supply and demand, but doesn't hurt to do more, right? So far I've had about 51 trades. How do I see my total trade? Oh yeah, 51 trades. So that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and let's go into our sessions, supply and demand. Drink some water. Dan, can you provide the link to your playbook? Yeah, how do I do that? Let's see. Playbook. So I go here, I'm assuming, right? Go click here. Is it rules? Oh, I need to update this for you before I do end up. Let me add the rules. Supply and demand. So we have next zone, break of structure, that's basically trailing, stop loss, retesting, basing candle. I need to make that separate from level. Key levels and basing candle are different, but I'm gonna just do it like this. We're testing a key level or base candle, and then imbalance or wick test. That's good. Okay, let me delete this. Save that. Entry is still strong momentum, first or second tap of zone. Enter based on key levels or zones, reaction of said levels and zones within it. Yeah, that's pretty much similar. That's pretty much a combination of the two up here, if I'm being honest with you, but I'm gonna add it in, and then this is a caveat. Throw that in there. Perfect. Okay. Well, those are kind of long, aren't they? Let me actually remove this. I'll make a second. Like that. Maybe I should reword this one. It's kind of lost. I mean, long. Go like that. Perfect. Okay, it's a little bit shorter so you can read it all. Is it this? Oh yeah, yeah, share. This link. Um, do you want me to do this bottom one? Oh, here we go. I could do both. Oh no. Shareable link. Download this playbook into their playbooks listing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We should do that. Okay, I hope that works. Okay, sweet. There you go. Close that out. All right. So now let's go into our session and let's do it. Yeah, no problem, Dan. No problem. Let me know how it goes with your system you're doing. Let me know how it goes. So I did do a bit of backtesting. I don't remember when this was, but I did a little bit of backtesting. Obviously, my focus hasn't been that since my accident, but here we are getting back into the groove. So 625. Let's do at least this week and maybe this week. So like the last 2 weeks of February, we'll try to aim to do all of that right now on the stream. Might take me a while, but we'll do it anyways. So H4. What I am going to do, because this is not the vibe anymore, is I want to go solid, add a color, a little bit yellow. Great. We'll go 12, that's fine. Okay, nice. And then, oh shoot, all of my boxes are the opposite color. Crap. Okay, we'll just leave it the way it is. I didn't want black anymore. But it's fine. I'll fix it off screen. So, okay, let's see. Where are we at now? 625, we have an SNR, 1 hour supply. No, that's not SNR, that is the supply zone. Cool. Oh, wait, it's because my template is listed that way, so I'll just leave it alone. Okay, 1 hour there. Basing candle here. It's already been tested. Make the text on this thing bigger. That's fine. So 170.75. 170.75. Okay. Awesome. That's the 1 hour. Now I gotta add in my other hours. Oh, they don't have it. It's fine. Okay, 4 is good. 15. We have a basing here as well. That's an ugly basing. That's been tested. I have a basing here. No, that's not a basing. That's more like support. This is support. But we're not doing support. Okay, here's 5 minutes. We already retested this guy on the 5 minute. Okay, we just have to consider support as a thing that might stop us from not getting it, but we have to follow the playbook. Just the playbook only. So with that being said, let's go to market open. Okay, 6:30, and then let's go minute by minute. So on the 15 or 5, we do have lower highs, lower low, higher low. Let's see if we get the closure below this 220s. Okay, there's 228s. There is 2 minutes and 3. There it is. So we do have a lower low. That is good to see. So we did have a tap here, rejection. But I'd love to see another tap of it. Let's see if we can get a bounce back up into it. Nope. Nothing so far. So that was the support that we broke through, that 220s I talked about. We had the closure below it as well. but no push into supply except for earlier before the session. So let's see, 6:15 minutes in, it's 7:16. Still nothing. Did I miss something? Oh wait, was this tested? This wasn't tested, but it's an ugly basing candle, but it wasn't tested yet. Wow. Okay, 188, that's good to know. Let me mark it out. 18875. There you go. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if we get a retest back into our H1 or a rejection under the support. Okay. Holding so far. Looking good. Looking good. 823, 26, 28, 30, 835. Structure still holding. 906, 911, 926. Okay, we're about to not take any trades on this. Oh, what happened? I don't know what happened. Like, it completely jumped time. We were like at 10 a.m. Maybe it was a short day? Did I miss? Oh yeah, so 9:55. You see, it closed. Maybe it was a holiday. February 17th, 14th. Not sure. I honestly have no idea. Maybe it was just like an early day. So okay, no trades on this day. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next day then, I guess. Alright. So this got broken through, retested, we're holding over it. So now this 1 hour supply that was tapped only once is actually already ran through. So that's good to know. And we're having support. So now we're pushing into this 4 hour. Is this our first time into the 4 hour? Oh yeah, it's this guy. So yeah, it's pretty much our first time into it. Okay. Okay. Got another basing down here. Right here. The 15. Let's go on the 5 real quick. Here as well, basing candle held pretty well. Which is holding above our previous supply level. I kind of want to see this. Something like that. And then also, if we are holding above here, I want to see something like this. We'll probably do like a 1 to 3. Like something like that. Oopsies. Oh my gosh. 1 to 3. And this one. Yeah, okay, let's see how price is really looking before we take any position. So we broke that supply level. First time tapping into our 4 hour. And we had a crazy move up. Rejection, consolidating, pulling through. So it's either we're going to have a retest of this previous supply now support, go for another like that, or we get a rejection underneath the closure below and we get the rejection off of it because we only got a tap second time 2 times in the zone. So let's see how that looks like. I think I kind of like that. Delete this. 1 hour, 30 minutes, good. Oh, we have a basing right here too. That's interesting. 239. Oops. 239. 25. That's close enough. Okay. Something like this. How does this look? That's still a good 1 to 1. Okay. And then we also have this spacing candle actually right here, which might be a little bit better. So 216.5. Okay, that's off the 30 minute. It was already tapped into by the 15. However, 216.5, it tapped it. Did this tap it? What's the low of this candle? Yeah, 216.5. So this one already did get into 50% of the basing on the 15-minute candle frame. So I'm not too confident about this one anymore. But I'm still going to have my positions like set just in case. I would prefer the first level then. And then for long side, where did my thingies go? For the long side, depending on how we react here, holding above this. Otherwise, third tap into, second tap into the 4 hour, would like to ideally see a break below. So let's see. Let's see. Might have to do a rejection here instead. That would make more sense, I think. So let's watch it. So 625. Oh, shoot, and look at that. Let me go into the 1 minute. Oh no, because 6:30 open. So there's that pullback already taking play. That sucks. So we would technically miss that trade if we only trade from 6:30 and on. So let's see how price kind of reacts here to take a short. And target 1 is already hit. So, dang. What can you do? Sometimes pre-market moves is good, but I don't trade pre-market usually like around this time. So, can't cheat the system, you know? Wow. Bummer. Big bummer. Maybe if we can get a retest back up, I wouldn't mind that. 2 minute frame. Yeah, holding underneath that 1 hour as well because this was only our second tap into it. Okay, let's see if we can get any type of, maybe this would have been a good short right here at SR H1. Sucks. Dang, sucks. Okay, what I'm gonna do for the sake of what is this called? Backtesting. Our original trade idea, because this one I moved it up. Our original one was right here, right? It was like right below the SNR. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it, just try to target that lower frame down here at this point to see if it's still something worth taking. Obviously, that first trade was perfect, but we were not trading it. So let's go ahead and go back in time and let's just try it again. So here is market open, right? Go to the 1 minute frame. Market opens, sweeps lower. Let me get my place order 1. We're gonna have our sell in there. Okay, let it come back up. Let's see if this works or not. What was my risk to reward on this guy? Okay, 1 to 3. So before I do anything stupid, big imbalance, 50%. Okay, we're above the 50% here. 2 minute frame. I like this here. Okay, so 24 point stop. If I were to increase it to here, 35 points. Let's try that out. And then we'll trail it down accordingly. If we can get to that level. Let me drag it across. I don't know if we will, but let's see. That 216.5 was already swept on that 15-minute frame right here. So let's see how we react when we get to 216.5, what I marked earlier, 216.5. And then we can always just take the trade off here at 1.5 R. We'll trail aggressively if anything too. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we know that that 216.5 gets hit again. That's 50% of the 15-minute basing. At this point, is it worth to even hold all the way through? I think I'm going to go ahead and do a tighter stop at this point, just to be safe. Maybe even go break even. I'm going to remove this 50-minute imbalance. We're going to do our tighter stop here. I think it might come and retrace, but we'll see. How did we react the first time? We had a crazy drop down here. Yeah, we've already kind of reclaimed that entire momentum move up. So if that's the case, I feel like this is a good place to exit, honest to God. I feel like this is a good place to exit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say I would exit here, but I want to see how price moves. Let me go ahead and take that win, take that trade off. Just based on how, like, oh my gosh, it's lagging. Let me close this out. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Okay. So based on how we did this entire move up here, 93 points up, that's pretty much taking all of it back down. That's the same thing. So this is a good safe exit. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off there. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm lagging real bad. Oh wow, look at that. It actually does hit my target at 188. So that's still pretty cool, even with missing that pre-market trade of hitting TP1, entering where I would have entered initially right here. Still got our TP2 and then a TP3. So TP4 is at 171. Let's see if we get it. Oh, really close. This one as low as 171.75 and it's at 170. Let's see if it taps it, and there it goes. So all TPs were hit on this position or on this trade idea, but see, it's just all about execution. Obviously, I'm not going to go back now at this point, but it's good to see that the trade idea worked, especially because it's a 4-hour. It's our second tap into it. I think that in itself should have been the reason for me to hold the trade. It's because it's really only our second time going into it. So that was a mistake on my end. But hey, all good. All good, good. Okay, well, we'll just keep it pushing. Let's go into, I think at this point, I think at this point, I exited at 216.5. Close enough. And then our stop was originally somewhere up here. I think it was like 35 points, right? So that's good to know. So we need to take that long. Take that over here. Take that over here. Put that over here too. So actually, I can remove these. These are not even applicable anymore. They're all been swept. So, cool. All right. I think we'll see if there's any more positions to take for this date. I mean, if you get a good closure above this 1 hour. Oh, this is a basing candle too. Did I not mark this? 171.5. Look at that. Wow. Basing candle on the 1 hour. I don't know how I didn't see that. Okay. Well, in any case, I think that's probably all the trades I'll take for this day, particularly. Yeah. 30-minute. Yeah, there's no other demand zones and stuff, so we're going to move it on to the next day. We'll go to 24. Okay, cool. Sweet, so still rejecting now underneath the H4. We got another tap into it. This will be our official third tap into the zone. So because of the third tap, oh, this is crooked. I don't like that. There we go. Because of the third tap, now it's going to be a potential move, which it already happened here overnight. So now I want to see if we're going to hold to either break through or come back lower to retest previous levels. So this was a 4-hour that we already retested right here that we can see. It's also 50% too at 43.25, which we did snag already. So honestly, I would want to see price continue to move higher at this point. We don't have any more demand zones on the bottom to use. We have this guy. We do have this guy. 30 minutes. Right here. 30 minute, 30 minute. Oh. 30 minute. So we do have that, and then for 15, we do have a tiny little 15 right here. Super cute. Super, super cute. So that's within it. So we'll just leave it like that. Let's see how we react to this level. If we can get a bounce back into the 4-hour supply. This 1 hour has been ran through enough now. So once, twice, 3 times. So I don't feel like it's as strong as it was. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Oops, it won't let me. There we go. Go ahead and remove it. And let's see if there's anything in the lower time frame for supplies here. We have a tiny little doji, a little pin bar, if you will, right here. So this would be an interesting area for possible resistance. But it's small. And it matches up as well if I were to expand the box, it matches with support resistance here now too. So that 5-minute level could be something to consider. See, it also matches with resistance here. So let's see if we can get a tap into here. I want to see a bounce back into the 5 and a reaction off the 5. Otherwise, if we get a rejection below this, then we do have, it's not really the prettiest basing on the 5-minute, but it's still a green and then red candle. So 50% of this would be 114.75. 114.75. I'm going to remove this. This is the 5-minute time frame too. Do I have it on the 15? No. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool. Something to consider. If we get a rejection below, we would take a short position into it. Like that, and then we'll probably do something like this. 20-point loss, that's good. And then we'll do a, well, depending on, because if price comes here, right, boom, yeah, the new high would be right around here. And then a structure shift if it goes back up. And then we would take a long position off this guy back into the 4-hour. And we would probably do this as our stop, 30 points. We'll probably do a trail though, or actually no, maybe even, yeah, like that, a trail. So let's see. 624, 625, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. No bounce yet, no tap yet. Let's see. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35-minute candle. So we got a nice tap into that 30-minute zone. So far holding. Didn't get 50%. So I'm going to go ahead and place a buy anyways, and then we'll just go from there. Buy. Buy. Okay, let's see if we get filled. If not, I'll have to re-enter it at a different structure. Oh, there it goes. That sucks. That sucks. So a tap into the 30-minute. Was this our first tap into the 30? Yes, it was. Of course it was. Okay. So if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and just enter into a position at this point. I don't know if that's YOLOing though. That's the problem. It's like, I don't know if it's YOLOing here. But I'm going to go ahead and take a buy. Put a buy in. We already had the tap, so now my thing is skewed. We'll have to adjust it. Something like this, right? And then H4. 2 minutes. 1 minute. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oof, don't like that. Came right back into it. Let's see. Oh, we would have been stopped out. Darn, that's what happens when you FOMO into the trade. Let me, I didn't put the stop loss and stuff in. Stop loss. And then TP was up here. Okay. I forgot I need to do this one, that's why. Okay, stop me out. Where's the 5-minute? 5 minutes still closing above it. It's still closing above it. It's still something I'm willing to take. Okay, where's my initial position? It was at 50%. Right, we're gonna just still go for it, cause this looks like decent enough to go for it. So we'll add it in, go back, we'll add it in. Okay, let's see. Does it actually put my stop loss and my TP? Okay, it did. I don't know why earlier it didn't. But we still are closing 50% above both of them. Both of them. And that's what matters. Well, actually above the 15-minute frame. So let's see. If we're going to have two losses here, we'll have two losses. But let's hope not. Don't like that. Okay, two losses. We're not gonna trade anymore on this day. Is it gonna come down into our basing below? I just want to see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna trade anymore on this account. Dang. Oh, so annoying. Very, very, very annoying. Yeah. Okay, so there's that 5-minute resistance and support. So you break and retest of it to go into the 4-hour supply again. And there it goes. So, okay, my mistakes here was maybe I should have waited to see more reaction around here. I was so quick to enter. So quick to enter into this. I probably should have waited to see a reaction off of this level 2. So, that's good to know. Alright, well, on to the next day. I hate when price does that. You know, just gotta take you out a few times before it actually does what it wants to do. So, yeah. Alright, so that is officially our 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our 4th time coming into it. Or maybe our 3rd. I don't know if this would be considered all in one, just simply because it's all like between Tuesday and then like Monday midnight. So, yeah. Alright. Let's do another position, another trade. Or, I mean, our zones. 15-minute, we have the basing. It didn't even take 50% of this basing. A 5-minute. This is a 5-minute though. So, yeah, not as strong as a 15 basing, but hey, it was a level to consider nonetheless. I'm gonna leave it on there since we didn't snag it yet. But yeah, no more demand zones on the 15. This one was swept through entirely. 4-hour, nope, 1 hour, kind of. Let's see. This is 29 points. 36 points. That is more than half of the candle, so that won't count. I did 1 hour, right? Yeah. And then this guy is a little bit of resistance right here because it's a 1 hour, which is also kind of chop chop. And also support and resistance. So the 1 hour supply matches with support and resistance right here. So something to think about. Let's mark it then. Like that. Okay. And then there was nothing really on the bottom to think about. These ones were already swept through. These would be considered support and resistance at this point. So I'm just going to go like this. Oh, gosh. Something like that. And then we have the 30. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see here. What happens? 6:30. There's a rejection. That would be the how many taps? That's only 2 taps so far into that level. So I would want to take a short off of it, and we're closing below it. So short. $6.32. And we'll target just like that, 1-to-1, basically. Okay, we're filled. Alright, and target hit. Very quick. I like that. Literally had no drawdown. I could have easily just put my stop right up here for 1 to 1.5. But no drawdown on that trade. I don't think, right? I entered at 208 on this candle. If anything, maybe about 2 points of drawdown, if that, but I don't know. In any case, 2 points, but we got the full move down, so that's pretty solid. Okay, and then let's see if there's any more trades to take. We still got a little bit more time. So 6:35. Let me move this over. 6:08. And there was a 1-to-1. Cool. To be fair, maybe even a push into 164s. And then where's our little 5-minute guy? Right here. If it is bearish, we have another 5-minute candle below that we can use. Okay, maybe a closure below this for another possible short. Let's see. Like that. Possible. Just possible. Maybe even like right here. Because this is on the 5-minute. Support. Resistance. Support. So it would have to be above it. So something like this. So we're playing supply and demand with a broken through level, rejection off of here as our second tap, and then our exit off of a basing candle. So let's see if we have that as an opportunity. Okay. Oh, 1-minute frame. Okay. So 6:35, 6:36, 6:37, 6:38, 6:39, 6:40, 41, 42, 43, and then there's 45. So we would have got the fill if I left it. I think I'll go ahead and try it out now that we got that sweep. Oh, wow. Missed it by a tick. Okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat here, guys, because I want to see if this is going to work or not. Confirm. Go back. Go back. I want to see if this is... Oh, no. I really want to see if this is going to work. Okay, right there. Because we are pushing into the previous support resistance of the 30 and the 15, which we did break through. So there's no more strength to hold up price. We still do have that rejection. The first... I'm sorry. Was it the... Not the first. That was our second tap into a 1-hour supply as well. So if we could hold rejection here, that would make sense to me, which is why I would target the 5-minute basing below, which isn't the strongest level to target, but I want to try it anyways. So let's give it a go. If it's wrong, right? Okay. Let's see how we look on the 5. Okay, we swept out overnights. So we could have a retracement back up. Oh, we have this. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh my God. Another 5-minute right here. Another 5-minute right here. Did we take it yet? At 137.5. 137.5. 137.5. Oh yeah. Oh no, it didn't take. It still did not take it. It still did not take it. 137.5. 137.5. That's why backtesting is so difficult sometimes, because in real time it's easier to mark out my charts, find my levels. So like with backtesting, it's not the same thing as real time, obviously. So I don't take it as serious when it comes to like marking out my levels versus like a real chart. Yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, what was I doing? All right, let's just see if it hits to here. What would my R&R look like here? Ooh, about a 1.6. Okay, what we can do is we can just kind of gauge. We can always just trail if anything, but let's try it out. Okay, second time we've hit it. At this point, I am going to go ahead and do a tight trail. I think, or what is this? 700, 400, 300. Market structure would have to come back up and break this. Let me leave it alone real quick. Go to the 5-minute frame. Rejection, right? It's a good rejection of our 5-minute basing candle. This is another basing candle from before. Okay, I think the best thing I should do is keep my stop where it is, huh? If not, I'll put it to break even. Or are we on time? 650? Oof. Ooh, 650. Okay, what would I do in real time? In real time, I would take it off because I know I'm not capable of holding trades for for this long, I think. How long was I in it for actually? Oh, I was in it for 5 minutes. Yeah, I could hold it for this long. That's easy. Um, okay, what would Jess do? I would take it off. I would take it off. I would take it off, but because we're back testing, I want to see if it hits. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, crazy. Look at that, dude. Like, it just goes to show that gotta build confidence in the levels that like I'm looking at. 50% of basing candles are just, they work. Like, for me anyways, they work for me. And this goes to show that it works. I don't know why it didn't close me out. Um, I don't know. So I'm gonna close it out. Right? Why isn't it closing? Let me. Uh-oh. Hello. It's. Oh, it's because my TP wasn't there. I don't know why my TP wasn't there. Yeah, right here. It's right here. Okay. All right. Go. Okay, perfect. That was a weird glitch. But it really goes to show that like the levels, if I just have more trust in them, it works. So, okay, thought process behind this, we had support resistance, support, broke through that support, retested that support with a fail. Well, obviously my freaking entry was not, it was like a point higher, but for the sake of back testing, right? And in real time, knowing me, I would FOMO in like I did in the previous day's session right here. But we have a rejection of that support on the 5 minute, and we have rejection as a second time into that 1 hour. So we do have momentum into the supply. That's checkbox one. It was the first or second tap into the zone. In this case, it was the second tap into the zone where we missed. I'm sorry, we got the first trade quick, very quick, because it was a second tap rejection. Then we entered into a second position because of, again, same idea, still second tap of zone based on how price moved into it. All of this here, pretty much, if we even go down here, that's about 69 points. So 69 points from that high still gives us room. And so we also have those basing candles as ways to exit. Obviously, we can't guarantee basing candles will work. However, it's a way to exit. We don't have any 5 minute imbalances for me to have targeted to use to exit as well. And then we do have support down here, which is an exit criteria, but instead I would rather target our basing candles because that is part of supply and demand, which funny enough also matches with 1 hour liquidity levels too. So we have 1 hour liquidity here. I didn't even have to go in the 1 hour to recognize this, but it's a simple fact of the wicks, just looking at the wicks, right? So that makes sense to me. But the part that I need to work on there was psychology of letting it move down, letting it follow, letting it move down, letting it follow. So did that cover my losses from the previous day? I'm not sure. Let's take a look. So yeah, pretty much break even from the last 2 days. So the 19th, we had two losses of about 1,600. And then we had two wins today for about 18, about almost 1,900. So pretty cool. That puts me a little over $200 in profit. So let's do the last final day of this week and call it a day there. 4 hour. Okay, so we have broken through. Wait, before I get ahead of myself on the 1 hour supply here. Wow, absolutely crazy. It went down even lower. Dang, yeah, it came right into our 4 hour previous supply that is now support. So it came right into it, and we have a nice bounce off of it. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. This is taken off. We don't need that. And then this, what level is this from? See, I have this marked out from something, but it also worked to the T. So I probably have to go back to my backtesting sessions to know why I have this marked here. But I only have lines on my chart for a reason. So that's very interesting. So we had a bounce here, re-tapped into the 4 hour. Would imagine that we would push off higher, right? Because the way that we did it the first time is got the bounce off of it. Sorry, break, retested, we went up about 200 points. So if we add the same idea here, that makes sense. We're back up 200 points again too. So cool, we are back to where we should be. Now it's a matter of, are we going to continue higher to come through this 4-hour zone, first, second, or even first, second, or first, second, third, fourth tap. I would like to see continuation to the upside if we can. Otherwise, we do have a reason for us to go lower, right? We have lower lows, we have lower highs. So let's see if we can, how we react there. So that's the 4-hour. So we did the 4-hour. Here's the 1-hour supply that was broken through. This would be support or resistance now. That's H1. And then there's no other levels. We do have a potential demand right here that was created overnight, which will also mark. The reason why I'm doing short trend lines on these instead of the long ones to the side is because, is because these ones are so close for intraday price that I'm not looking for it to be anything crazy besides intraday targets. So that's 1-hour demand, 1-hour supply, broke through this basing. Basing is filled here on the 1-hour. Let's go to the 30. Okay, we had a 30-minute supply that was created off of the 1-hour supply. So that's interesting. Then we have, let's see on the 50, oh, anything on the demand side? Nope, this basing's taken care of. Is this 50% taken care of? Let's see. Yes, it has been hit, I think. 104.25. Yes, 104.25. So this has already been tapped into for 50% of the basing on the 30-minute. Now on the 15-minute, this is an ugly basing. Ugly, ugly basing candle. Has it been tapped into? 50% is 48. The low of this candle, 40. Yes, so on the 15-minute frame, it's been tapped into already. Let me see if on the 5-minute it was tapped into appropriately. 45. Yeah, so this is no longer valid for me to really want to target. Okay, so I think we're pretty good on the low side for supply and demand. We just have that 1-hour. There's no 15 demands, right? Oh my gosh, I'm blind. There is a 15 demand right here. Cool. Boom, draw it out. Alright, this is our last day of this week. So, might have to call it after this, but on stream for quite a while. We have to do the giveaway too. So yeah, we also have this demand, but this one was already broken through. So, yeah, let's see if how we react here. We have different targets for the downside that we can target already, and then we also have targets for the upside. We have the 4-hour primarily, and we have the trend line. So with the trend line, it would have to be a trailing stop loss because we wouldn't want price to go against us too heavy if we do end up going against the trend. So that's where we're at. Let's do 5 minutes to market open. All right, there we go. So we are rejecting that first push into the 30-minute supply as well as the first, second, third tap into the 1-hour that we've had. So a push down into here would be interesting, and at this point I would want to see if we get a bounce play off of either the two demand zones. We have the 1-hour demand or the 15 demand. Obviously the 1-hour demand should be stronger, especially if we are having support resistance right here. We have this that should be support, and we have this that should be support. So right around here is genuinely where I would want to take a long. So this time I'm not going to FOMO in because it's not worth it. Otherwise, again, 15-minute demand on the bottom side. So we'll have this prepared like this. Let's see how price reacts first. This should hold if it's meant to hold. We'll have a longer stop, 25 points, 1 to 2, and then we'll have our short position as well prepared. Where's my short thing? Right here. Short thing as well, if we do get a closure below, pushing into that 15-minute will probably only target 50%. Where's my basing candle? Did I not have a basing candle? I thought I drew one out on here on the 30-minute frame, didn't I? $104.25. Was it this one that got it already? Yes, it did. Okay. So, I mean, that's a tough one to crack right here for the short position. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. There's no 5-minute basings for me to target as well, right? Oh, wait, there's a 5-minute demand right here. And there's a basing here too that held. We have this guy that has not been tapped. So we could use this as a potential target for a 5-minute demand and exit. We do have, is this a basing? This is a very ugly basing. I don't really like it. It's already been tapped though. Okay, yeah. So we'll use this. Oh man. Friday, 10:50. There we go. And then we have this basing right here. I saw it earlier. Where is it? I could have swore I just saw it. Over here. Oh no, this is more consolidation. Okay. Yeah, let's keep it like that. This should be support. This should be support right around here. So 50% of this, 99.75. Cool. Delete that. Oh, oops. Push that over. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. Okay. 10. All right, cool. Okay, now we're prepared with short targets and then long targets. It's just going to be trailing stop or a push into this guy. I didn't even create any basings to the top side. Okay, we have this here. So at 241, we have a basing or supply on the 5. And 50% of that is 250.25, 250.25, 250.25. I don't even have my 1 hour liquidities marked on here, which I should be doing, but oh, whoops. 250.25. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so 1 hour liquidity would be all the way into the 4-hour zone, basically. Okay. We're prepared now. We are prepared. This was 171.75. Or wait, hold on. I don't know what that was. What was my entry here? 163. Oh no, 161.5. 161. Like that. Okay, cool. And then this one, the short idea was a push into here. So we have the rejection, we need a closure below, and then we'd want to target this basing candle first. So we need a good closure below, something like this. Okay, now we're ready. Wow, that took me a lot longer than I thought. 6:30. Okay, here's 6:31, 6:32, 3:34, 35. So 5 minutes into the thing, we would want this to hold. So let's wait. Let's wait. Let's be smart. I'm gonna take the long. I think this would be fine. Yeah. I think first, second, third tap reversal. Thing is that our higher time frame is lower highs. This is the part that trips me up. It's like, okay, I have to accept the risk. So we'll go buy. Let's go back one. Put the buy on there. We have to accept it. Oh, wait. No. Why was that? My line is down here, sir. Thank you. Okay. Cool. We have to accept the risk. Why is my stop loss or my stuff being weird? That is weird. Okay. Yeah. Immediate stop out. So we have the two back-to-back demand zones. Let's see how we react here. Okay, we got the, so the short idea is what worked here. The short idea. Did we have a chance to enter at 148? Gonna feel so sad if we did. Yeah, we did. We had a chance to enter at 148. We had the chance to enter at 148. See where I entered right here? And we swept down lower, could have entered at 148, got directly to our target. It's just 50-50, you know, 50-50. So that's sad. But it is what it is. Let's go back now. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we find some support here, if we can do another re-entry. If not, we have our basing candle below to target. There it is. So second TP short would have hit. That's our basing candle. So these are no longer validated. I think at this point we'd want to see price move up if it's meant to move up, because we already took out the targets that I would want to go for. So 2 minute, 1 minute, yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. 701, 702, 703, 704, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's see how we kind of build here. Can we get a build higher or no? Bullish, that's a bullish spring. So let's remove this short one. Let's see if we can reclaim this 15-minute demand and get a push back into this level here. Let's watch. Okay, that's a basing. That's a base candle. Yeah. Oh, and there is back into the 4-hour. So, all right, ending Friday's session with a loss there on this backtesting one. So we did end up respecting the 1 hour completely, and we broke through the demands that were created, and we are respecting higher time frame bearish down move. So there's that. All right, all done, all done. Just for the sake of entertainment, I want to see where we end at 8:15. Interesting. Okay, well, there it goes. Price continues to go lower into our previous levels. Crazy. Look at that sell. Oh my gosh. Insanity. When was this, or how much points was this? So New York opened 6:30. Wow, that was a 300-point move down. That's crazy. All right, well, I think I'm going to stop on the back testing now. Let's see what our results were for that week. Oh. Ow. Okay, let's go to our results. Okay, got a little stagnant here. A little stagnant. Oh, whoa, what is this? But yeah, let's see if we can, how do you do the weekly view? Is it gotta go here and then old dashboard. There we go. Perfect. So if we go back to February, yeah, so pretty much almost just we're up 765 on this week of back testing with no trade on Monday. But very, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Not the best week, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it on the back testing. Whew, that was fun. That was good. Going to check the chat. Hey, what's up, Dominic? Happy Thursday. Pardeep, what's up? I'm back testing. It was back testing, Pardeep. This isn't I did my forward testing earlier in the beginning of stream, so now we're just doing a little bit of back testing for supply and demand. Wasn't the best week, unfortunately, but the ideas in itself, I felt like they worked, but it was just obviously comes down to the trader, right? Like that Friday that we were on right here, the short trade did work, but for me, the way I saw it, I was like, oh, like this looks like a good long opportunity, even though I said higher time frame was bearish with lower lows, lower highs, and the trend line going down and all that stuff. But I felt like we could have a push back into that supply for another retest. Unfortunately, the short side took over and targets did work. So yeah, it is what it is. But for example, yeah, I think you might need subscription with TradeZella. I'm not quite sure, but I have shared my playbook on YouTube. It's on my community tab. If you want to go check out the channel, it's all there. Hey, yeah, for sure, Dan. Have a good gym. Take it easy. Oh, that 100-day thing, Anton, it's on my personal spreadsheet, so that's why I haven't shared it publicly. But let me see if I can. If you want to take a quick screenshot of it, feel free to, but I think I still have it. Yeah, here it goes. So I'm not doing it. Disclaimer, I'm not doing this anymore. I have a completely more strict plan and like focus more on my psychology and my process versus like chasing a number per day, even though like numbers per day is very good for like obviously prop firms game plan, like a return on investment and stuff like that. But this is not what I'm doing anymore. So let me pull it over. Okay, here it is. So this was the 100 trading day plan that I was going to do on the 8th, but the 8th is the same day of my accident. And long story short, it felt like it was a sign and like a wake up call when I came back to trading that this was not meant for me. I felt like everything piling up at the time, it wasn't going to make sense for me to do this. And I clearly was not in a good headspace since my accident. So I am not doing this anymore. That's the disclaimer. But I am focused on this. This is 100% what I'm going to be focusing on since Tuesday this week, on the 2nd. So this is the new game plan, and then this is what I was talking about before. So here's the Bullinox and Funded Next. Then we have, that was the legacy counts. This is Funded Next regular, funding ticks, trade day, top steps, my funded futures, and then alpha futures. So I hope that helps. Let's close that out. Jim. Yeah, you know what? That's why backtesting is not legit. Like backtesting, honestly, if I could reapproach backtesting to get true stats of the system itself, of like the the playbook, then I think my numbers would be definitely more skewed. But the way that I'm using like my backtesting is more so how would I go about it, and also like at the same time, I want to see, like, okay, even if I miss it for a few ticks, does it work? Because if it works, I know myself in real time, I would FOMO into the trade. So not FOMO like, oh, like I have to get in it, I have to be in it, but more so like, oh, it missed me by a few ticks. I'm not gonna be a dick for a tick, you know? Like I'm gonna enter if I'm supposed to enter, or I'm gonna enter if it got close enough to my entry. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Entries are never gonna be perfect too, so that's why I feel like backtesting is just a good way of really practicing the system, but it's not enough to truly give, I think, enough confidence unless you're doing forward testing. So the forward testing that we've been doing on stream together has been nice. And also just like my own time, it's been really nice doing that. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Okay, so price is still moving up right now. I'm gonna throw it on the screen. So that 580s, 590s level I was talking about earlier, we are into that level now. So that's quite exciting. 580s to 590s level. That's very exciting. And it's a grind up too. It's not like a straight, like, you know? It's a up, down, up, down. So that's very nice. I like that. Nick, 22, 22, 112. Let me see what you're talking about, Nick. 1 second. Let me go back into it right now. 22, 112. Right here. If you were talking about here, yeah, I was looking for a potential long when we got around here. Or wait, no, no, no. Um, I got it. When did I get in here? This loss was 162. I don't remember anymore. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I wanted a long in here. because of the first tap into the 1 hour. But honestly, a tap into the 15-minute, like that's the second idea, definitely because it's the second demand zone. So if you did get into a trade at 112, let's see, would that have worked? No, we still would have got stopped out, unfortunately. Oh, actually, no. Right here, 112 is our first time into it right here. So yeah, I mean, depending on where your stop would have been, but yeah, 50% of the demand zone, I that's like a good level to look at. And then also I like to look at 50% of basing levels. So that's kind of how I've been helped like determining my entries for supply and demand. That's why you'll see me move my entry like a little bit before the 50% or above the 50%, depending if I'm short or long. But yeah, 50% almost. So yeah, that 112 is a pretty good area that I think would have been something to consider. But at this point also would have been like, okay, where would you put your stop? So this is hindsight conversation, but let's say you're doing 112. Oh my gosh, it's not 112. You could definitely try to target back into that previous level up here, and then you could do a one-to-one. A one-to-one. Right there. One-to-one, and you would have not got stopped out. Or even if you did a 1-to-2, you would have not got stopped out. So like yeah, obviously didn't hit target all the way, but at this point you'd have to be very aware, like because we're going against trend. That's what I was saying in the beginning of this day. If we go against trend, we'd have to trail stops very tight. How do I move this? There we go. Trail stops very tight, but we never did get up there, right? So same thing here. You probably just have to trail your stop really tight, or like be okay with not being a dick for a tick and taking your position off ASAP, or like not ASAP, but like as soon as we get close here, you failed the first time, maybe even the second time, but you could still go up for like a 40-point win. So yeah. But yeah, that's everything for me. That's that. All right, sweet. So pretty much covered everything when it comes to a live forward test idea, a breakdown of all my losers and winners of today's session. We did 2 giveaways with Apex so far. We talked about the sheet for a little bit. We did a lot of back testing today and talked about my ideas for the rest of what I'm looking for. So yeah, hopefully maybe I'll keep this stream public for those that were asking, and could always refer to this for a means of like looking at or to go over things I was discussing. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a giveaway. You guys down to do another giveaway now? Hey, what's up, James? Sell and Q. If you're talking about the backtesting sesh, I'm not doing the backtest sesh for that to sell and Q. If you're talking about here, then hey, yeah, maybe, honestly. You never know. This is definitely the area that I was looking at for like a struggle through. So, 608. Yeah, 50%. 80s. Right around 80s. Okay. All right, let's do the giveaway. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, I think it's probably best to create a new sheet just because I'm not sure if the same people are in it. So, I'm going to just create a new one, guys. I'm going to create a new one. Um, Let me make a copy. There we go. Uh-oh, it won't let me make a copy actually. Having a problem with this thing. I don't know why it's not letting me. This one is not working with me. Okay. Alright, let me go ahead and throw up at least on the screen here. the giveaway thing. So here we go. Here's trade days. So it's going to be the same idea. We're going to be doing, make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It definitely helps me out as far as knowing that you guys are like still following along and supporting the journey and stuff like that. And I'm gonna prepare this form. It's not working. I don't know why, and it's kind of weird. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why it's not working. I might have to just use the same form from earlier. Yes. Okay, it's working. I got it. Oops. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, beautiful. So that's ready. Then make sure the settings are fixed because of what happened earlier. All right, I think we should be good. All right, let me publish. Done. Publish. Perfect. All right, guys, here we go. So everyone that's in the chat, click on the link so you could fill out that stuff. And then for the winners, you have to be here in order to claim the prize. So I will go ahead and leave this form up for the next, let's call it 8 minutes. So the 3 minutes on this candle and then the next 5 minute. I personally just want to see if we're going to push through my area that I was interested in earlier above the 552s. So if we can get up there, cool beans. And if not, well, then we don't. So yeah, make sure you guys enter, and we'll go from there. So yeah, what's up, Pi? Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for coming into the stream. Yeah, I'm happy to be back on YouTube as well. I'm excited to start making content again. Great update while you guys are filling out the form. The rest of my stitches on my forehead have come off. Now it's just an ugly scar. I don't feel too pretty with it, but it's just a matter of taking care of it to try to lighten it up and get it to look better, I guess. But yeah, so now I'm gonna for sure be making like regular content on my channel. I know I've been streaming more just without my cam, but that's because it's a great way to still be able to talk and hang out with you guys without having to show my face, because on my recorded videos I always show my face. So yeah. But yeah. Good times, good times. Bet on it, guy. I like your name. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Yeah, normally we just have a good time. Normally we just vibe out and we have conversations. Pretty much we just chat and hang out. Lately I've been doing like a forward test of my strategy, my playbook, and then also I'll talk about like psychology quite a bit. I recently went over my weaknesses as a trader, my system here, and just really anything that comes up in the chat. So today we did back testing, which was nice. So it's been a bit of a long stream today, but I also do charting sessions. Yeah, we do like a mix of everything. So yeah. DeCrucial, I know, freaking Simon Panda, that guy. It literally would not allow me to make a new form. It just kept saying address wrong, can't make into Google Drive, like this and that. So now it's working. So let me know if you guys have any issues with it though, so I can make sure it's going through properly. Yeah, I have tried Funding Ticks. I do like them a lot, honestly. I am partnered with them, and I think they're a great firm, especially with the CEO saying recently that there might be a removal of the possible payout caps. Who knows? But yeah, I was recently funded with them, but I'm no longer funded, unfortunately. I'm waiting for the next sale so I can snag up a few more of those 50K accounts. I'm personally going for the cheaper option of the 1,000 payout cap just because of not only the great price for them, but even if you do consider the amount of money you can make, return on investment, 6 accounts times 9 is 5,400, and then obviously minus your 90-10 split. But even then, like, that's still a huge win. So, imagine doing that just once a month. Like, that's 5,000. And then imagine doing it twice a month. That's an easy 10K. And you don't have to shoot for the moon. And their payout cap right now is at 200K. So that's like, I'm just gonna guess a number, but let's say that's like 10 or 20 payouts you have to get through before you even worry about getting moved to live. Because I think their only condition to move you to live is if you hit that cap number. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but yeah, crazy, crazy good. So yeah, funny ticks, I do like them, I do approve of them, I think they're great, and I think they're really, really trying to continue to evolve. All right, we got 4 minutes left here, so y'all still got some time. 4 minutes left, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. 4 minutes left. Where we at? I will say though that I'm glad that the newer firms have adjusted their micro scalping rule, because sometimes, price can move quickly to your target. Maybe you're not a micro scalper and it gets to your target in like 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something. And when it does, you're like, holy crap, that's amazing. I'm done on the day. But then you have to worry about a roll. So I'm glad that they've adjusted it, both Funded Next and Funding Ticks. I'm not sure who, any other firm that's had to adjust it, but I'm really glad that they fixed that. So that's a win. Yeah, Pop. Hey, Pop, you're still here. I'm so happy to see you still. I hope the sheet was helpful. How are you doing, Pop? Counting time and candles. Yeah, it's so much easier this way instead of having to put a timer on the screen or something. Just look at the candle timer and that's it. Call you back in 3 candles is crazy. Yeah, Sovereignteen. Oh, if you haven't tried them before, they're good. So with the daily payouts and trade day, fast customer service, just trade day is really good. So I'm hoping whoever wins this can take it to the next level and get paid out and get a feel for like their speed of their payouts. GSIVA, long story short about my face, really long story short, because I've talked about it a lot of times and I'm going to make a video about it. But basically, I had severe stomach pain that was happening over like the course of 15 minutes until I got to the point where I blacked out, like I lost consciousness. And I was not like drinking alcohol, I had no substances. I literally was getting food from In N Out and then food from Luna Grill, two different restaurants. And at the second restaurant, I blacked out in the lobby and then I hit my face. Well, my chin took the most impact. And then obviously, once your chin hits, then the forehead went down. So that led to a broken jaw, a split broken jaw, and then a laceration on my forehead too, and then bruising all over, and then a mess up on my knee too from the whole entire day or the first fall. So that's what happened. But I'm definitely feeling better. The stitches on my face have come off. The one on my chin is off. The jaw still is tight. The teeth are still sensitive. I still cannot have food like solid food. I'm still doing a liquid diet until hopefully the 17th. But that's what happened. Let's see. Yeah, dude, the 1K pay account with funding ticks is not bad. You can literally make a good income from that if you just stick with one prop firm, honestly, I think you can make a really good income. And that's why I've like slowly started to like cut back to make sure that I'm just gonna trade with firms that I know is um enough. Like, I guess that's not really the right word to say it, but good rules and everything like that too. So thanks, Lush Lush. Appreciate you. Dude, yeah, I wish they had another 50% off sale. I would literally get another set of accounts. Like, I really want to. Oh, so have you already gotten a payout with them, guy? Dude, yeah, I hate micro scalping rules. It sucks. It really does. Oh my gosh, Jim Jacks. Yes, enter the giveaway. Enter, enter. Oh my gosh. Jim Jacks is a legend, a street legend. I love Jim Jacks. Jim Jacks, dude, Jim always tells me to come visit him. Literally. He's so funny, so funny. No, not visit, like come see you only type of thing, but I remember like the few notifications I've got from you. It's like, oh, like when you come visit here and stuff. It's just so funny. Like, I'm never gonna forget you, Jim. All right, guys, and it has been the full 8 minutes, so the candles are done. I'm gonna go ahead and close the giveaway now. And yeah, we only had 45 responses, so let me put it on the screen so you guys can see. 46 responses. 3, 2, 1. Not accepting. Oh, wow, look at that. The last responses came in. You guys got clutched. Very, very clutched. Okay, let me go ahead and move it back to my screen. So everyone sees here that it's 47 responses. And remember, the winner has to be in the chat still to claim their prize. But really quick before I do that, the rest of the chat. Thank you guys so much for the kind words. Yeah, I'm glad to be better. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be able to hang out with you guys more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, sorry about that, bet on a guy. Yeah, it can be hard finding a firm to like to really stick with because there's so many options, and especially if you got burnt before by a firm that didn't give you that transparency and trust. So I'm glad that you are still being open to trying out firms, and that Funding Ticks has been good. For me personally, yeah, I have my set that I love that I always talk to you guys about, and all that matters is just sticking to the ones that work for you. That's really good. Dude, yeah, heck yeah. Congrats on the payouts last week and then tomorrow. Heck yeah. It sounds like Bet On It guy is going to be taking all of us out for dinner. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let me go ahead and get the winners going. So, link to sheet. Let me do these giveaway. Oh my gosh, giveaway spinner. Here we go. Throw that on there. Boom. Okay, these are all the old people. Am I blind? Oh, no, I just have to select all and delete. Okay, so we had 47 responses. Same thing here. So 47 entries. And just like always, we're going to shuffle quite a bit. And let me also make sure you guys can hear the screen, but I'll put it low. The last time was really loud, and I'm so sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. Okay, here we go. So we have one winner for the Trade Day 50K end of day account. Very excited for this. I'm hoping that I can get some more accounts with Trade Day and get that going for you guys because I think they're a wonderful firm. Maybe My Funded Futures, that would be really fun. But all right, good luck to everybody, and let's do it. And then don't go away after the spin because I do want to talk about the final giveaway that's not happening on YouTube but on a different platform. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got Prajwal that won the 50K end of day trade day account. Let me go ahead and remove Prajwal from the list and find Prajwal on the spreadsheet. Make sure. And Prajwal, are you in the chat? I'll give Prajwal 1 minute to go ahead and respond. And if Praj is not in here, then we'll have to get a new winner. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Praj. Yes, there you are, Prajwal. Congratulations on winning. I'm super happy for you and for all the other winners that won an account today. And thank you to everyone that even like tuned into the stream and like participating in these free giveaways. But the next giveaway I am doing that is happening. Oh, actually, it already happened. Oh, I feel bad about this, but I did talk about it in the previous stream, so I'm sorry if you missed it. But in Discord, I did throw out a Take Profit Trader 150K account. So over there, that literally just ended like an hour ago. I had it active since yesterday, but I talked about it since like last week. I do want to do another giveaway with Take Profit of a 150K account. So with that being said, I probably won't do it on this stream. I might just do it as another way for other people to enter because I feel bad that not everyone got to enter when they wanted to. So I'll probably do that on like a YouTube post or like a YouTube video. You have to like comment on something. I'm going to figure it out, but I will be doing a Take Profit Trader giveaway 150K account sometime within the next like week. And then I also will continue to do more Apex account giveaways because I am on a journey right now of trying to get some payouts with them. I just got my own direct line of support, which is exciting. And I do want to, just be able to get to a new level with them. So, with that kind of different journey I'm on with them, I want to bring you guys with me. So, yeah, I have a lot more accounts I'm giving away with, what is it called? Giving away with Apex. So, this is my end of day results with Apex today. And yeah, if you guys were here earlier for it. So, pretty happy with the results of my session. And yeah, cool. Let me go ahead and contact Prajwal right now. And I do have your email right here, Prajwal. So I'm going to send you the email while we're on stream so I can make sure you receive it. So please don't go anywhere just yet so we can confirm that you do get it, okay? So 1 second. Prajwal. Oopsies, oopsies. Uh-oh. Prajwal. Okay. Okay, I'm still setting it up right now. So thank you guys for your patience. Or I'm still sending this email to Prajwal right now. Let me find it. Here we go. Boom. Get the code on there for you. Okay, here's that. All right, perfect. And there you go, Prajwal. So I'm sending it over to you right now to the email you provided, and you should receive it within the next 20 seconds. Or if you already received it, then great. So please let me know, okay? All right. Oh my gosh. Jim, no more no more memberships. You're crazy. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much again to Jim Jacks. Shout out to Jim Jacks for gifting 10 memberships. I think I need to start really being active in the membership section. Maybe I can do like live trading there or like live charting. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's really nice of you. So thank you, Jim. Maybe I gotta do something special. When I only had a few members that were there in the beginning, I did a cash giveaway because it's not something that I promote. It's not something that I share to anybody to join because it's just there. But I did like a cash giveaway. Maybe I can do a fun little giveaway of some sort to just our members. Maybe I can do like an account, a few accounts or something. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to do that. But thank you, Jim. I'm about to give Jim some free accounts actually, because that's a real one. Thank you. All right. Dude, yeah, look at that PM session rally right into. So this is the final thing I was looking at outside of the ultimate target up here at the 650s kind of zone. But other than that, like, where's our 1 hour? But yeah, other than that, I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, I just completely blanked out, guys. Anyways, great rally into this level of potential resistance. And let's see if we can continue into this new 4 hour level and then finally the daily where when we did have that bounce off the 1 hour demand, we did push into this H4 at 650s and we did push into this daily and also this H4 above. So hey, if we are continuing to be bullish, awesome. And if you're riding the trend, good for you guys. It's working. It is working. After all the news this week too, it would make sense for price to continue to do its thing. So heck yeah, Pi. Congrats for you. You're on ES, still long, 6460. Dude, that's literally I think where a demand level was, no? ES. I don't mark out my levels on ES because I don't really traded it like I used to. But dude, 6460? Whoa. Good for you, dude. Right here, yeah, we have this break of the 15-minute supply. broke through, retest, 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 continue higher. So at this point, you would target either this high right here for liquidity, or 1 hour liquidity, next hour liquidity. We also have 15 minutes. 1 second. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way over here. Yeah, so here's the liquidity right there, and then we have a 4 hour liquidity, and then we have this is resistance area too because of this. So honestly, that is so good. I love that for you. Congratulations. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Good job, Pi. All right. Um, Dude, yeah, bet on a guy. That's really cool that you're trying to transition. NQ really is a toxic partner. Boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. I call her a she because I call everything a girl. Like my car is a girl. Um, like I call like my guy friends girls. I call my brother a girl. I literally call everyone girl. So Price Action is a girl to me. So with NQ, yeah, she's crazy and she's toxic. So ES is much more chill. She's definitely more like the calm one, something that you can trust a bit more. So yeah, like I don't feel so stressed out. My risk to reward on ES is usually really good. It's always above a 1 to 1. It's usually like a 1 to 3 because of like how price moves on the ES. And then on NQ, she's just nasty. She just does whatever she wants. So yeah, respect to you for trying to make the transition. But all of us in the trading community are giving you, we're giving you all the hugs, all the support we can while you try to be with this toxic girl. And I trade NQ, so I'm psycho myself. Okay, let me remove everything from ES real quick because this was I don't care to chart anything on ES. Obviously, it's been a while since I've charted on there. Let me remove that and remove this too. Okay, let's go back to NQ. Call it a day. All right. Here's my Apex. We'll leave that here to show you guys all my trades that I talked about earlier this morning. There you go. Yeah, big psych level 65. You got this, dude. You got this. It's so funny, like how people can relate to the whole NQ thing. Some people crave it, some people are like trying to end things with it. It's just, it's crazy. But yeah, I do love NQ. I've also tried to get more into YM, so the Dow, the or US 30. Um, I kind of like it honestly. It's pretty clean. As you can tell, like you're on the 5, very, very clean, like trending day, and especially if we consider looking at put on the 50. Perfect. Especially if we consider looking at like 5 minute time frames trend line. So obviously, like this is very simple. This is me just explaining why I like YM now. But like right here, this is very clearly consolidation, right? Like there's nothing special about it. And especially it's overnight. So obviously I'm not trading that. So this morning, 6:30 opens, same thing like I do with support and resistance on NASDAQ. I would take the resistance level, we have support level, we have action line, sorry, marking it all out. And then we have this level of potential resistance, like how we've had resistance here. So middle resistance. So same thing too. I would want to see how like price reacts. Easy stop out on this first trade. I can guarantee I'd get stopped out right here. Or actually, well, if we go for a 1 to 1, let's see if we would get stopped out. Oh, actually, we would not get stopped out. So in any case, the 1 to 1 would work on the US 30. But obviously, if I was targeting more, if I try to go onto the 1 hour and target liquidity, let's see if it would get me stopped out. I'm trying to be very realistic here. 4 a.m. 5 minute. So, oh, well, no, never mind. Okay, so our liquidity levels would have been hit. We have our action line. So, okay, first trade would work, right? But outside of that first initial breakout move that for support and resistance I would take, if we just look at the 5 minute frame, it's so clear that at this point, price has trend. There's trend. And anytime we want to get into an entry, we would just have to look at a pullback into the EMA on the 50. And that's why I'm starting to like YM a lot, is because it's so easy. No, let me rephrase that. That's not correct. It's not easy. It's a bit simpler than NQ. Like there's not as much before it does its thing, right? Now it's more like, okay, we're just gonna kind of hang out, kind of groove along. Not every day is like this, obviously. There's gonna be days where it's just absolutely treacherous, but for the most part, there's a lot of pretty decent moves. There's a lot of, even with the range trading, like it just support and resistance on the YM is low-key pretty clean. So yeah, anyways, that's like the context why I've been getting into the whole YM. I've been liking it, but I don't trade it enough because just like everyone else is saying here, I'm pretty addicted to my toxicity, which is my NQ. So yeah. Okay, so back to the chat. Oh, we're gonna show Jim's message. That's funny. And cute is a B word, but I love her sometimes. Aw, thanks Jim for coming in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, bet on it, guy. YM is the Dow. It's the US 30. Oh, G Siva, thank you for even hanging out this long. Yeah, go get some sleep. I appreciate you. Yeah, bet on a guy for sure. The second or third try, you know how there's that one strategy that people do first entry long or short and then second entry long or short? I definitely agree with you. Like having basically that retest of that area, it makes so much sense. Like it just makes sense. So I get you. I get you. I think at this point it's more of like just the experience of seeing it, and then it's all discretionary because over time with your experience it becomes discretionary. Like you just know in your brain. I think when you're brand new to something, it takes a little bit more time to like fully remember and like grasp on that thing. So yeah, like as like a seasoned trader that you've been in this space, like you start to recognize like, oh, this happens more often than this. So yeah, and especially if you journal about it, I think it helps you remember even more. So yeah, it's crazy, dude. Markets are crazy. Like it's such a pattern, such a pattern. Like on NQ, the way I was kind of talking about here, like the pattern. We had the first tap, we pushed here. Okay, this was our first time ever knowing it would get up here. First time we know it would ever get up here. Okay, cool. The second time we came into it, we came to the same exact spot, and then the same exact spot again. So now we're like, that's why I was anticipating, okay, same thing. We would at least push into here the first time. Or I'm sorry, was it here? Yeah, we're pushing towards here, and then, well, if we can get up here, then great. So it's just so cool how price is like really repetitive in its own way, even though it's annoying. Um, yeah, YM is pretty similar to ES. I think especially like the pace that it goes to, it definitely is a bit of a slow turtle. um, Yassine, how much each point is worth on the Dow? I think it's $5 on one point, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up. How much is how much dollars is each Dow point or YM? Oops, nope. Yeah, so it's $5. So here, let me bring it over to the screen. Yeah, so $5. And that's on the regular, that's not the micros, this is the minis. And then here's the micro, 50 cents. So yeah, it's not necessarily, I would say, like the not much like money per point. Like especially compared to ES, one point is 12.50 if I'm not mistaken. $50? Oh yeah, yeah, $50. I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. Each point is $50 on the ES, $5 on the Dow, and then $20 on the NQ. We could just confirm that here too. Should be $20. Yeah. So $20. So Dow is definitely a lot lower. So it definitely helps with, I think, the psychological part of trading, because you're not thinking so much about the money. It really does help you focus a little bit more on like your process. But because it's slower, you definitely have to have that patience, and it forces you to have patience, just like ES. But ES, you make more money because it's a bigger amount per point. Um, but granted, like, how many points does it actually move? Like, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. We did 40 points on the ES so far, roughly. And then on the YM, from the same drop point, 400 points. So, there's definitely pushes and pulls. Um, but even then, like, $5 off of a 400 point move, that's 2 grand. And then you do 40 points on the ES, and then you do that times 50. Let me do the math. 40 points times 50, that's 2,000 as well. So it's about the same thing if you think about it. But like I said, DAO is just a little bit less more money, and you have to let it move even more. So yeah, I hope that's a good breakdown of the DAO. Where are we at? Yeah, bet on it, guy. Getting stopped out for sure. I hate getting stopped out so much, and I hate losing. I mean, obviously that's part of the game, but it definitely teaches you so much, I think, over time. So hopefully we just continue to get better every time it happens. Oh, a middle finger pattern and down. I mean, I feel like I get the middle finger from NQ every single day without it even showing. um, so yeah, like, do you mean something like this where it flips me off? So here's the middle finger, and here's like the rest of the hand before it like tanks off. Or like same thing here too. Like, consider this a middle finger, if you will. Or even like this. Or even this. Oh man, even this. The biggest middle fingers ever. This was a little cup and handle. So cute. Um, yeah, NQ really is toxic. She just loves to flip us off without even trying. Um, yeah, definitely, Ben. I'm glad that you have a little bit of an interest into it. Definitely, like, do some back testing. Do a little bit of research about it before you fully like transition, like how you are with NQ. But it is pretty cool to use. I like it as an option, especially because I've been like my staying away from my gold. This was like the backup to my ES and NQ, but I haven't been feeling it, honestly, to trade gold. I know that there's opportunity, but I haven't been feeling it. So I've stepped away from gold, and then I added in YM as like a third backup, and I've just been enjoying it a lot more. So yeah. Um. Oh, thanks, Justice, for coming in. Appreciate you. Oh, from New Zealand. Awesome. Hey, we're around the world, dude. We're Miss Worldwide out here. Pitbull has nothing on me. Okay, guys. Well, I think this is probably it for me today. I think we might have to call it, just because it's already 11 a.m. It's power hour for some people, and also people are slowly dropping off. Um, but yeah, it's been fun, like, hanging out this entire time for the past 3 hours. I hope I was able to spill some insights on my journey, on my strengths and my weaknesses, the context behind my trading, and doing some back testing to further support the playbooks I'm using. For those that barely stopped in, I will be leaving this stream on public. Usually, for the last streams I've done in 2025, except for a good chunk of them, I put on private, but I am gonna go ahead and just leave this on public because there's quite a bit that we did here, and I hope it can provide some like value in some type of way. Um, but yeah. Um, Yassine, shoot for B. Honestly, that's a great question. That is literally a really great question that I ask myself every day. And it's something that I work on, that I have to continue to work on every day. There's a lot of different reasons behind it, honestly. And I guess to give like the short like the short reasons behind why sometimes I shoot for big P&L versus like smaller P&Ls or like smaller base hits is, well, first, it's an internal thing. It's this idea of one, like trying to prove myself for something, whether it's myself, proving it to myself or proving it to someone else in the space. Two, it's an internal thing of this emotional, like psychology thing that I have to continue to work through, of not being like, I don't want to say content is the right word, but it's that emotional journey of trying to fight the greed and then also trying to fight like this idea of like trying to make more, the greed of like making more, and then also the greed of like trying to make back losses. It's a lot of internal stuff, right? That's like the main biggest part. And then finally, when it comes to like external, it's social media. It's like that whole proving something to somebody. It's like if I can make a big P&L, oh wow, imagine being able to show it to somebody on the internet. For some reason, that's not like the biggest reason why I go for big P&Ls though, honestly. It's more internal issues than the external, but I can't disregard the external reasons too, right? Because it's there. Being someone that's very loud and proud in the social media space as a trader, showing like the highs and the lows, like it's always fun being able to show you the highs when I take a payout, when I have a big P&L, and also it's important to show the lows when I blow accounts or when my psychology's messed up. So yeah, that external piece still matters, even though it's not as big as the internal parts. So I hope that makes sense. I've been really, really trying to, I mean, I say that all the time, but it's a daily thing, right? That I always have to work on. And I think that a lot of traders have to always work on is that daily journey of being aware of emotions and being aware of knowing when to stop and when to walk away. And it's actually something that I included on this paper that I shared on stream 2 days ago. I shared on stream today, and I also posted on my community tab. These are my weaknesses. So this is number one, is catered directly into why I go for big P&Ls, and also number two, and number three, number four as well. All of them are pretty catered to like P&L because I haven't fully detached from it. There's moments where I'm very detached, and there's moments where I'm very attached. So it's a battle I'm facing, and I hope that I answered your question clearly. I hope I answered it clearly. So I am not perfect, and I've made the disclaimer before that all the money I make does not only come from trading. I have different income sources. I think it's important to have different income sources because then if you only rely on trading, it's just going to be harder. I'm very open to picking up a job again if I can make it work with my schedule with my businesses. So, it's just a matter of like trying to pick myself up every time that I feel like I can't do it. So, this is my system right now to like be able to overcome that feeling, that need to have big P&Ls and to just focus more on the system that I know works and the playbooks that I know work for me. So, yeah, I said short answer, but I gave you a long one. um, and also, I have been using MNQ. I do like MNQ actually more than I used to. Before, I didn't like MNQ because I didn't like how you would have to wait like a bunch of points in order to actually like have a gain. But that was way back when I was more focused on the money. That's the whole very attached part that I was talking about. So I've gotten a lot better at that, and especially this year, I've incorporated MNQ a lot more, especially when I'm able to scale out at certain levels, like how I was explaining in my back testing earlier today on stream. There's like different levels, TP1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously with micros, compared to minis, unless you have a huge drawdown amount, with micros, you can get in with like 10 and you can scale off 5, 3, 2, 1. So definitely gives more room. So I'm not against it by any means anymore. Let's see. Dude, yeah, bet on a guy, make some vids. That would be really good. I think there's a lot of people in the space that have been like pouring more into content creation as a trader for whatever reasons, whether it's because they want to document the journey, they want to meet other people, they want to make money off of affiliates, they want to build a personal brand, they want to have a reason to have a backdoor into a prop firm and have like one-on-one conversations that other people can't have. Whatever the reasoning is, like I think that's just documenting it is so cool. There's always ups and downs for content creation, but in the long run, I've been doing it for 2.5 years now, and there's a lot of cringy moments that I wish I could have done differently, but at the end of the day, like I'm so proud of how far I've come and how I've built myself in this space and my own personal brand, and how it's actually benefited me as a trader to like be better, because I think without this, I probably would have quit trading a year in. Like, I'm not even kidding. Just because I quit trading a couple years back when I didn't know what I was doing and I was gambling. And that was like 2 months, 3 months into trading. Or, okay, I'm lying. I don't know how long deep I was into trading at the time, but it definitely was not 2 years deep. So without doing the documentation, I think I would have quit futures trading altogether a long time ago. Um, cool, Simon. Thank you. Thanks, Simon the Chess. I might have to do that. Maybe I'll pick up some Lucid accounts, honestly, because I really been liking Lucid, and I like Project X. So, or maybe I'll pick up some new Tradeify accounts. We'll see what I can do. Maybe we'll do something fun. That might be fun. Summit. Oh yeah, I have not checked like who won the TPT giveaway in the Discord yet, but I will be doing that after stream. I'm gonna be getting off literally in the next like 2 minutes. I just want to finish up the chat and then say my farewells. Yeah, for real, Simon. That's so true. Gives back to some real edge. I've been doing so like in my current accounts, I've been more so using like my support and resistance, because scout moves versus like the bigger moves of supply and demand. So I might have to do like a supply and demand forward testing on an eval. I think that might be a good idea. But like with my current accounts I do a mix of both versus just one strictly. So I think if I have only one strictly on supply and demand, you're right. I think that can build even more confidence, because sometimes I just don't have the confidence in all the levels I mark out when it comes to basing candles coming down. Yeah, Cam, this is all live. This is real time. I could show you right now. So you see on the bottom, Thursday the 4th, 11:15, and it's currently 11:15 a.m. PST. That's my time. And then here is also my trade of 8. You can see it's all real time too. You see at the bottom of the screen. Now it's 11:16 Thursday the 4th. So yeah, you could scroll to the beginning of the video as well, where price was still moving in real time, and I discuss all my trades that I place and the context behind it. Bet on a guy. No, I'm actually a January baby. My birthday's in January. But that's crazy that we're so similar. It's so cool meeting like similar people in this space, honestly. Oh, we got this. 3 years in. How have you been liking? Only this year I found nice. No, that's good. Good for you. That's so good for you. Funny enough, I found some consistency in the beginning of the year in January, when I was on track to make about like 30K in payouts. And then my psychology completely took over, where I was just, I don't even, you can go back to my post and look at it. But yeah, it took over, had no payouts in January. February, I was just like, I don't even remember. Honestly, I don't even remember all of the months. I have to go through my journal. But beginning of the year, I felt like I was on track, and then I fell off track with my consistency. And then I started to pick up on some consistency within Q2, so around end of March, beginning of April. That's when Tick Tick Trader, I was trading with their account, and I was having a lot of consistency, high account for like 5, 6 weeks. And then was like off and on, had a little bit of consistency with Take Profit Trader, and then again fell off the wagon, found some consistency around, I think it was end of May or June, something like that. And then I did a whole video about like talking about it, and then it was July where I had the, it was July, yeah, it was July where I had the most consistency for the beginning of the month. Like I felt really good about it. And then same thing like the beginning of January, I had so much psychology, like a mental breakdown, not mental breakdown, but mental withdrawals, and just it just not was good. And I posted about it on my YouTube talking about it. Then obviously my accident happened, and then now like this is a new week for me to really pursue this art of consistency. And so far it's been good. The hardest part with consistency with me was just executing, and then the emotions. So it's been very interesting to say the least. But I'm glad to hear that you're starting to feel like a positive change in your chapter. Oh, cool, Cam. Yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm glad to see that. A lot of people were able to tune into the live today and just hang out and vibe and do some giveaways. So, let's see. Oh, nice. Bet on a guy. Dude, January babies, you see, we're just cool. Aquarius kids, we're just cool like that. Cam, oh, I'm sorry about that. I totally understand what you mean. 100%. Overall, and I'm gonna say this loud and proud on my channel that I'm still overall red across like everything combined. So it's been hard. It's been hard to adjust, and being able to find that profitability and the consistency with it. My consistency has been up and down, like I just explained. This year has been really good though compared to last year as far as consistency goes. So I will still take that as a win because there's growth in the losses I've had, and there's growth in the red, and there's growth in the ups and downs. So you're not alone, and that's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world, which is a great thing. There's a lot of opportunity. Just know that your worth is not tied to what your P&L is. It can feel like it is. It can feel like our worth is tied to how much money we have and how much money we make. And people with a lot of money will look at this and be like, "Oh, that's so stupid to say. Like, of course you're going to need a lot of money to enjoy your life and freedom and all that." But not everyone is at that level. So, money's not everything. Like, happiness and content and everything else can come from a lot of other things. Money can bring happiness, but that's not the ultimate source for happiness. So just know there's more opportunity and everything's going to be fine. Um, Everything's going to be great. You got this. Um, it has been a really tough summer months of training for sure. Yeah, and Cam, to your point of like hopping strategies, how it's been like hard to stop doing that, that is so relatable for every trader out there. So you really are not alone, my friend. And I think it's very honorable that you can say that with clarity, because it takes some time for people to recognize their strategy hopping. It takes people time to realize what they're doing wrong. And that's part of learning. The one thing that I will say this with so much truth. The one thing that I really despise when it comes to the trading world is when people are very quick to say, like, hey, this is what you need to be doing, and that's it to be profitable. When the honest truth is that it's easy to say that, but I hate the fact that you say that because it's not that simple. Like, you have to go through so much and learn so much in order to be able to apply what that person had said 6 months ago or 1 year ago. You know what I mean? Like, someone could tell you right now, oh, all you have to do is just wait for a break and then get that retest of that break and then enter and then just target a 1-to-1 or something, right? Like, it's so simple to say that. Here, I'll draw it out, right? It's so simple to say, oh, that wait for the break, wait for the retest, and just take the long, right? It's very, very simple to say that. And it's a very simple strategy to do, 100%. But the problem isn't really the strategy most of the time. Most of the time, it's the person. You have to go through those experiences of like losing a lot sometimes, whether it's like not money necessarily. It could be like losing a sense of like maybe like mental. You have to put yourself through the ringer to be like, oh crap, this is a lot harder than I thought. Or you have to lose a piece of yourself to regain a new piece of yourself. Does that make sense? So that's why I despise that phrase. And that's why your journey sounds so true and honest to everyone else, including mine. Like, I talked about my journey earlier this year when I strategy hopped when I didn't need to. Last year, I was doing supply and demand, simple breakouts. I was not doing anything insane. I posted 2 videos on my channel talking about the 2 main strategies I was doing at the time that worked. Very easy. And what did I do? I got caught up with social media, with people telling me that this is what I need to do to be consistently profitable. I need to switch my strategy. I started to add imbalances. I started to look at AMD. I started to look at first entry, second entry long, doing channels and looking for my Thomas Brooks or Thomas Wade, I forgot his name. I started to join paid Discord groups and paid courses because I was like, oh, it's a strategy problem. Maybe I just gotta keep hopping. So just to come to find out, it's this. It's me. And maybe it still is the strategy, and that's fine. But at least now I'm locking in to make sure I focus on the 2 strategies and tweak it the best that I can to get better at it, right? So I've seen plenty of supply and demand zone traders that are profitable. We have Octavia Trades. She's so cool. She's Asian. She does Muay Thai. I follow her. I love her. We also have supply and demand. Carmine, right? He's a big influence in the space. He does supply and demand with order flow, of course, but supply and demand trader nonetheless. We have I have no idea who else. But we have support and resistance. This is a simple one that a lot of people use across the board that I can't. Forex Ike, he's a consistently profitable trader on Twitter that does support and resistance. A friend of mine, he does a break and retest. He lives off of trading income. So it just goes to show that the strategy most of the time works. Most of the time, right? Obviously you have to find a little bit more edge in it, but most of the time it works. So the fact that, again, going back to this idea of like hopping strategies, that's so normal. That's so normal. It's just a matter of, okay, like how can I lock in my system and how can I lock in on myself? But you have to go through that. And that phrase of it's so simple, anyone can do it. Like, no, you have to give up a part of your time in your life to be able to get there. You can't leave out like the disclaimers, right? These little remarks. So yeah, I went on a whole like rant, but that just goes to show like how both frustrating and passionate and how much I care about like that phrase and this idea of like it's easy, but it's not. But anyways, okay, back to the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Wow, I went overboard on my time on the stream a lot more than I thought. um, yeah, and you can definitely get back there, right? Like there's always a turning point. It's a turning point from when you were unprofitable to profitable, and there's a turning point from when you're profitable to unprofitable. So whatever you did the first time to get you there, just backtrack, take it slower. Like what I'm doing is I reduce the amount of accounts I have and how much I'm spending per month now that I would at least set aside for budgeting. And I'm just going to lock in on a few things and on the system and get back to where you were because it's possible. You did it once, you could do it again, right? No problem. You got this. Just keep your chin up, one best foot in front of the other. Yeah, exactly what Bet on It guy said right there. We're on the dude, Bet on It guy, we're like literally twins. um oh yeah, AI Brooks, that's his name. Sorry. Yeah, so you see, so like everyone's there with each other on like having overconfidence and then getting shot in the foot and then starting to lose ourself to the money. The people that are really good at this game, how they don't focus on the money over time, I just respect those people so much. It's amazing how they can get to that level. It really is. And I do believe that all of us have the capability of getting there. Yeah, Simon and Rajabing support resistance. See, there's another person right there. Yes. Dude, final thing on this too, Ben on a guy, because I like what you said here. I had to unlearn what I learned before because what I was doing wasn't working anymore. I had to adjust. Sometimes I think as traders, we get so caught up in not only the newest shiny thing, the money, if you're into cars, if you're into houses, for a guy, if you're into girls like that, right? The blingy thing, like the typical kind of package that I won't say typical package, but like a package that some people talk about, the watches, right? And then also the traveling in general, everyone likes to travel, everyone wants to provide for family, all the things, right? We get so distracted with these big things. And when we get so distracted by these big things, we start to lose ourselves with we don't lose ourselves in the process. We lose ourselves with the money. We chase the money, and we'll do whatever it takes to get to that money. And when we do whatever it takes, sometimes we just try to learn as much as we can, and then we hop strategies, or we hop psychology methods, or we hop mentors, or whatever we're hopping, and we're doing whatever it takes to get there the fastest that we can. And I'll say with my own personal experience, I was doing exactly that in 2020 when I jumped from penny stocks to options, traded only for a little bit just to lose all the money that I had. But it gave me a taste that this thing was real. And that nonetheless sparked this thing in me like, oh, I want to trade. So that's why a few years later I came into futures after a long hiatus, and here I am. But I learned so much before about things that just weren't good. I had even worse habits. And some of those habits, they're still part of me, right? It's not like I can just delete it from my body. It's things that we have to unlearn. So I had to unlearn how to stop gambling as much as I did. There's still parts of me that FOMO. There's still parts of me that, I'm like, oh, I'm willing to risk. We're educated gamblers at the end of the day, right? We are still willing to bet something that to make money. It's just probabilities. Just like when you go to the casino, it's a probability. It's a 50-50, well, depending on what you're playing, right? But it's a percentage of a chance you'll win against the house. Same thing here. We are betting against, or we're trying to win a percent against the market, basically. So it's the same kind of idea. And like those habits I carried over, it was just really ugly, really ugly. Um, and like having to unlearn it was the hardest part. This year was the hardest, I think, unlearning period of my life because I had to unlearn my focus and dedication to imbalances and wig tests. Only recently, when I was talking to you guys on stream, I think maybe a month, let's call it a month. I don't remember the last time I talked about it, but within that time frame was when I was talking about how like the whole imbalance thing, I'm stopping like my focus on those. I was back testing it since December up until like March or something. So like 4 or 5 months of back testing and forward testing as well. I was spending time on stream talking about it with you guys, doing back testing sessions there too. So, I was really trying to drill my brain to recognize this pattern so I can always take it every time I see it. I have the numbers behind it. I feel like it's a good strategy that works. But at the end of the day, it didn't work for me because I didn't have enough, I'll say conviction if you will, with the way the setup was. So I had to like unlearn that, and it was hard because it was something I was so focused on for so many months of my life. And then now I had to relearn my muscle memory with supply and demand again. And then I had to relearn simple support and resistance. Like, it's not that hard to find support and resistance. It's really not. But it was a matter of, okay, can I give myself enough trust to take it still and feel okay with the losses I take with it? Because there's going to be a lot of losses with breakouts. So, yeah, like I have to unlearn the past strategy I had. I had to unlearn the habits I brought from back in 2020 of my gambling mistakes. I had to unlearn a part of myself who was so overly confident with things in order to be where I'm at now, which I feel a little bit more clear-headed. And I think a big part of it was the experience of going to Europe and the experience of the accident I had. So, anyways, crazy stuff. It's so crazy. We can talk forever about trading. I could literally talk forever about trading. Like, I love it so much. And I'm glad that there's so many of you that are able to relate to me on this because trading's so good. I love trading so much. Okay. Um, yeah, 200 day at a job is, yeah, be okay with 200. Literally, literally. I remember my last job. Let me see if I can do the math on it before taxes. Um, but I was making my salary, because I was salaried, it was over $80,000 a year. And if you really, it was 82 grand a year. So if you really break that down and you consider how much you really are getting paid a day before taxes and obviously after taxes, you're like, okay, if I had a job that paid me so well, why am I not okay with taking 200 bucks, 300 bucks, 400 bucks? Like, why mentally can I not make that shift? Where I was so okay with giving up 40 to 50 hours of my life a week for this position, and obviously having a great team was the best part. That's why I stayed for the amount of time that I did, and I would go back if I could. If I wasn't trading, I would stay there honestly if I wasn't trading. But um, the fact that I was able to give so much of my time, my life away to this thing, and even like sometimes more than 50 hours because we have different events. Obviously there's more OT that I'm salaries I wasn't getting paid for. But anyways, it gave me so much of my time to make X amount of dollars when I can clearly do that in, let's call it 30 minutes in a day. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? So, and that's not me, I'm not saying that to brag either. It's just like, being so honest with myself about why the heck am I not being more proud, or I should say satisfied, that's the right word, of how much we're making per day. And I think a part of it is because we know that the roof is so unlimited that we're like, oh, I can make more every time. So crazy, crazy, crazy. I like that quote. Let us unlearn what we have learned. Cam, it was nothing but a gamble. And then Cam, yeah, so basically, well, I have different income sources, but this is one of them. And yes, basically, I guess you can say it's full time or part time, since I don't, the trading, the execution of trading, it's not a full time job. But I guess if you consider like the back testing, the charting, that is, I guess, a full time job. And then I consider like the whole content creation a different side of things. So like me streaming right now, although I am trading or like looking at charts, I consider that a different part of a job. It's a job. They're both jobs I love, but I do consider it different. And then other stuff too. So yeah, but that was a really long yap. I do appreciate you guys for all listening in. There's still quite a bit of you still hanging out with me, so I really am grateful. I do think it's time to hop off though. I gotta eat some food. I actually skipped breakfast because after my trading, I literally hopped onto stream right after because I wanted to just start it going. Um, so I have to eat breakfast and lunch, aka I have to drink 2 protein shakes because I can't even chew. I have to drink stuff, so that's gross. So I'll be chugging 2 protein shakes right now when I get off stream. But yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. And no, I don't trade Asia or Euro. I just trade New York. Um, Last night I did place micro trades in the Asia sesh, which thankfully I ended break even. I was up $10. So that was a lesson that I shouldn't have traded, because that's also on my list here that I shared with you guys earlier. I'm only supposed to trade between this time frame. So yeah, I already broke that rule, which is not going to help me. So I only will be focusing on New York, which I have been doing most of the time, anyways. So yeah. Wow, there we go. We are about to push into this. Wow, crazy, dude. The grind that we are doing is crazy. How many points is this? Right here. Since low of day. Oh my gosh. 204 points. Not even 1% on the day yet. Absolutely freaking insane. um, yeah, dude. I'm gonna call you Guy instead. But yeah, you should hit the gym. Have a good sesh. Do a workout for me too, because I can't work out yet because of my accident. But I hope you have a really good workout. Cam, I'm wishing you the best of luck, my friend. And I do hope that you're able to rebuild on your mojo and get back into the swing of things. Just take it easy. Take it easy on yourself, because you're more important than what your profits are and what the chart is doing. Yeah, NQ did do it. Really did a whack-a-mole sesh for sure, for sure. Let me actually go on the 15 right here. Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday overnight. Yeah, it literally was doing a whack-a-mole sesh. It was just a little range guy. So, but here she goes. Here she goes. Um, yeah. All right. But that's it, guys. I don't have anything else to share with you for today. Thank you seriously from the bottom of my heart for coming in, for talking with me, for doing this fun giveaway with me, for just allowing me to just be a bit honest about myself and not judging me for it. I think that's the best thing ever. I know I'm gonna get even more haters in due time, but for now, I really am embracing all the positive love and support. But yeah, yeah, Guy, for sure. It was nice being able to chat with you too, and hopefully I'll see you in the future. I do plan on doing some fun like hangout calls in Discord as time comes by. So if I'm not streaming here, maybe I'll do some calls there. But yeah, Cam, thank you as well for coming in and for sharing part of your journey this year. Wishing you the best. Thank you guys, everyone. And I will. Oh, let me end it with my usual phrase. Thank you so much for all of your time and support. And as always, I wish you guys nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do. And I will see you all in the next video, stream, call, whatever it is. New giveaway will be coming within the next 7 days as well, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, catch you later.